Okay, race fans, good to have you back in here as we get ready for race number 36 on today. And of course, it's going to be the F500. So we got 3 rounds here, 3 more heats. Dylan Fox, who's been on a tear on that 23 Hart Roofing machine of his, will be joining in here along with the 55 of Chad Bestuel. Then the 965, of course, going to be one of the Graber boys. That's going to be Austin out of Clear Lake, Minnesota, jumping in. Then a guy that so far today has not been beaten yet, but it's a good challenge, is going to be Justin Lundeen out of Grand Forks on the Pinkett Forward, number 124. And then Ty Hagan's going to be out here on the 137 out there again. Out of New London, Minnesota, that's the Heartland Construction Hanson's Tire and Move Machine. And then, of course, the 77 of Dylan Herman lines up also out there out Detroit Lake. So here we go. Walking up, and again they jump. Again on the outside, taking that lead one more time. Well, for a second, it looked like it was going to be Lundeen in the 124. But I think Fox was able to sneak back by him on the inside. This should be a good battle. These two guys have been 2 of the fastest sleds all day long. Here they come. Fox coming to the flag with the lead right now. Lundeen running in that number 2 spot. I believe that might have been. I'm taking a look and see if that was Graber sitting in third right now. It's Graber. Okay, good. We got that, Bobby. Thanks for the correction there as they go into turn 3. And right now, Dylan Fox looking pretty good in this one here. Fox got the lead. White flag coming out. Lundeen, Graber. And then the 74 of Dylan Herman sitting in 4th out there right now. Well, I'll tell you what, Dylan Fox has got things dialed up. They've been making that thing faster as the day's gone on. They come off, white flag out here right now. Looks like we got one more. We're going to get checker, don't we? And again, stretching the lead right now and pulling away with a surprisingly big lead that I did not think he would get away again from the 124 of Lundeen this far. But the checkered flag waves. There it is. Dylan Fox with a win. Lundeen in 2nd, Graber in 3rd. Okay, our 18th annual Race on Trace. Hope you're having a good time here again. Like I said, if you get a chance to see anybody from the Grey Eagle or the Bertram Lions Club, give them a big old pat in the back. And, of course, if you see Mike and any of the crew around from Central Minnesota Pond Racing, thank them for this great racing series they put together. This thing is growing bigger and bigger every year. It's almost getting to a point where it's getting scary. Okay, let's get ready. The 111 and heat race number 2 is going to be, of course, a familiar name out there. And, of course, that is going to be Tanner Foss out of Strathcona. Dalton Broughton will be out there in the 215 machine. Broughton comes out there again. He's got a win already out of Butterfield. Then you got Brody Winslow in the 003 machine. Brody down here out of Roseville, Minnesota. Dan Iskirka on the 815 out of Andover, Minnesota. The 9W, of course, the multi-time world champion Jeff Watson out of Princeton lines up out there again. And the Challenger Performance machine is Derek Meyer has been a very, very good runner all day. The 10 machine, the Michigan racer down here, and Calvin Cook also joining the field again. Look at that field there. Boy, out there, all 6 of them, 7 of them sleds were in that corner. Not much separation. Again, down the back straightaway, they loaded up again. They head into turn number 3. See how the field shakes up. This should be a wide open shootout again here right now. As they come off turn 4 down that front straightaway, and your leader is going to be the 75. Calvin Cook followed again right now by the 215 of Dalton Broughton. Broughton sitting in that number 2 spot right now, holding tight, not with a big spot, but he's getting some pressure again from the backside. Looks like Jeff Watson also starting to close the gap. But again, coming to the flag, white flag out here right now again. Cook sitting in that number 2 spot. Tanner Foss has now moved up into 3rd on the 111. Foss has moved up into that number 3 spot. Continue to charge up there again. Get ready for heat race number 2 of 3 here again for the Pro Lights. And right now it is going to be the 75 looking good as the checkered wave for Calvin Cook. I'll tell you what, Pappy, these races here, they don't take long, do they?
When you get the Pro Lights out there, Ron, there's no holding back there. These sleds run at about 100 miles an hour, and they do not back off going into the corners. They just hold it. They just absolutely, they'll just pump the accelerator once or twice there on the handlebar, just a little bit, just to set the sled, and they're right back on it again.
Well, that's for sure. These IFS machines are different with the way they ride them. It seems like they squeeze the trigger more as they enter the turns. In the old days, you had to let up and brake and kind of hang on and slide around on those other old machines. But here we go, heat race number 3, Tanner Davey, the 685 out of Badger comes up. 75 will be Adam Gorno out there also joining in. Cody Skolton again out of Laverne, Minnesota. The one machine comes up there, as does the 5 out there, the Woody's Traction Products. Number 5 up, Ross Olson out of Glendon, Minnesota. Then you got Jonas Gus coming back up again in that number 71. Aaron Davey in the 213 should be popping out. And then, of course, the women's world champion, Kendra Westlander. She's rolling up into the staging area right now on her familiar Wall Brothers Racing number 113. Okay, Cody in the one back there again. So they get ready one more time. We'll get the field set. Let's watch this again. Good start on the outside. We'll see how this thing plays out, though, as they go into turn 1 and 2. Ross Olson also had a good jump on the bottom down there. Coming into turn 3, same thing. And they are holding. Is the red flags out there right now? Or we'll see here. Oh, there was a jump again. Okay.
Yeah, they seem to always get a little bit trigger happy there on the start there. And well, I tell you what, these 500s they line up, and boy, I tell you, everybody needs a little bit of an inch of push, and boy, I tell you, they get ready to go, and not uncommon to get a little jump start, and that's what we're doing here. And always good to see the Westland sled out there. She runs that sled better than anybody I know, and you always can pick her up out in the racetrack. Her hair is always flying out of the back of her helmet, and man, do they run good every year coming down there from northwestern Minnesota there.
Yeah, pretty special talent. Young gal. Loves her horses. Just a busy girl. I mean, I tell you, just so athletic. I tell you. Okay, well, let's get ready. One more time. Here they come. West 71 got the charge on that one. Field goes into 1 and 2. Kendra Westland using that outside line this time again. And boy, she's got some speed up there. And she's now moved into 3rd place as they come into turn 1 and 2. Let's see how this thing plays out. Lap number 1 coming to the flag. Looking good. It looks like it. Yep, 213 leader. Davy. Kendra Westland's now moved up into the 2nd spot again. Tell you, I don't think she was that fast last week at Strathcona. They've done some work on that sled this week. I'll tell you what, Pappy. And you knew she could ride it, but boy, no, she has been flat out running down people.
She just pulled out
and
she's going into the looks like she's going to take the lead rock. She's just that tough on the outside. She just absolutely will not come off the throttle. And they got a good race here for 1st and 2nd. 1 and 2 side by side.
That's a bait here. They come out turn 4. Here.
I think that might have been the Westland. Might be the Westland sled that went upside down there. So we've got to stop. We've got a red flag here on the ice, and we're going to check out the drivers here, and we'll get right back to here as soon as we get things kind of sorted out.
Yeah, I see her in the 685 over there, Tanner Davy, and we'll take a look. Okay, Kendra's over there right now. Kendra's a little frustrated here right now, as you can tell. But she was up moving around. That's good to see. Whoop.
Yeah, looks like all the drivers are up and moving, which is a good thing here. They've got a couple wrecked snowmobiles sitting out on the ice. They're going to have to get straightened around here. And once we get that figured out, kind of everything ironed back out, we'll go forward from there. You know, interesting thing on the Westland group, she used to run a race car just like the same way, Ron. They would race, and every car she got into, she wrecked. And so it got to be kind of a tough deal up there. They'd find a new sponsor, they'd find a new car, and about 3 weeks into that program, that car would get wrecked, and we'd start all over again with her. So she's no beginner when it comes to getting in the middle of things. And boy, I'll tell you what, she's as tough as they come.
Okay, again, like I say, you see Jonas Gust. I see the 71 was over there also putting the hood back on. Guys doing a great job. They got the bales back up already. And keeping the show moving. As you know, we got a lot of racing to do yet today, so we're going to be right here to the end of the day. The way it looks.
Looks like the Westland sled now is up and moving, and she's got her up and started. She's back on it. She looks like she's kind of taking a couple little warm-up laps, and they're checking out the handlebars. You know, every time one of these sleds go over, they have to pull back into the pit area. The mechanic teams out there will check a couple things. They check the brakes, they check the steering post on the sled itself, and they just check the overall wherewithal of the sled, Ron. So in the event that there's any issue, they pick it up and won't let it go back out if it can't race safely.
You bet, in case there could be a crack in the welding or something there. You certainly don't want that. But, yeah, at the speed they're going, like you said, too, Pappy, they're 85, 90 to 100 miles an hour, man. I'll tell you, they were sizzling. And Kendra was just on the outside running very good and might have caught a run out there, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
I think what had happened, Ron, there was the last corner coming out of corner 4, and they were running 1 and 2, and I think they just kind of came up and ran into each other on each side by side there. And I think once you take one of these sleds and you interrupt their its travel, it sometimes ends up in a bad situation like we see here now.
You bet. Okay, well, it looks like they're cleaning everything up down there. I think that might have been a complete race, right, Bobby? We got one lap to go. Okay. Okay, so nobody had taken the checker, so we will continue on, folks. So we're going to reset them again. There'll be a staggered start, I assume. So let's get the field set for you. This is round 3, heat 3 of the F500s. Then we got a bunch of racing. We'll go up to about race. This is race number 36 or 37. I guess 36, I think it is. Or yeah, and we'll go to about race 43 before we take a plow break. And then, of course, we'll come back and do our final 10, 12 races. Okay, here we go. Okay, as you can see on you folks on TV, Kendra Westland has got her 113 moving. She's just checking it out a little bit. I think she's doing the same thing, making sure, hoping that steering can't got a crack in it. You just don't want her to go wreck it and have that thing bust on her or something. But she's just making a little turn down around the end there quickly, and then she'll come back in.
Yeah, so typically what happens in a situation like this, Ron, when they have an accident, or they got to just make sure that the sled is back in order and ready to go again. So the Westland team requested a hot lap. We can't quite do that during the race itself. Once they enter the ice and they're on the race surface, they have to maintain that position. So she's going to line back up here in the back. Be interesting to see if she has anything for them. But she's also been running strong all day. I see her dad, Nate, was over there working on the front of that sled. But it looks to me like they got it back together. So I think they're going to fire out of this thing once they get them lined up. And our flagman is just setting the field. And then he's going to call them out just shortly. And I think they're going to run one lap. So it's all or nothing right here.
Yeah, it's getting up go time here right now. Okay, they drop the hammer, and here we go. Turn one, everybody coming in to hurry. Let's see how this thing plays out. Again, off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Field sets up in a hurry. Here they go down into turn number 3. Side-by-side action again. Westland now on the outside. Boy, Kendra's coming to the front again, but let's see who's got 213. Olsen's got the win out there right now. All about the 213. Out there, and of course, that'd be Aaron Davey in second. So Ross Olsen got the win on that reset.
Solid run there with the Olsen sled today. He's been, matter of fact, in each round he's run, he's either been first or second run. So he's run really fine up front there. He's done a nice job.
Yeah, fun to see Ross stick with it. I know we were so concerned when we lost Randy here a year or so ago, and good to see this young guy sticking it out. And I know he's got mom and that old buddy of theirs that helps him out. That's a cool deal.
Back in the day, when I was racing, I used to race against his dad, Randy, all the time, and Randy was always a hard charger. If you weren't ready to go hard into the corner, he would go right over the top of you. So good to see that his son has continued on after that tragic event here that happened a year ago.
You bet. Let's get ready for race number 37 right now. Superstock 440 fan coming up, everybody. Steve Windingland comes out in the number 77 machine, as does Kevin Bonagoski again in the number 91. Bonagoski again down here again out of Milner, North Dakota. So those guys making a trip down across the border. Windingland out of Fargo. John Warner comes up in the 84 machine. John, too, also out of Fargo, North Dakota. A lot of guys up in that area making a trip down. Then, of course, you got Sheldon Carlson up here on the 15. He's out of Mackinac, North Dakota, out by Grand Forks. And then Sarah Schindler comes up in her number 80X. Sarah's always fun to watch out there in that machine of hers. We are set. We're going green. I didn't get the rest of it. We'll get them in a minute here. You also had Adam Brigelman, the 717, Brandon Barber, the 72. Some good racers out here. Taden Nelson, 911, Geese King in the 717G. That's Mitchell, and Zach Hilton in the 731. So let's see how it plays out again here right now. Superstock 440 fan. And I believe this is their final coming up. And is the final? Yep. Okay, there we go. Ahead and double check there. And take a look. We couldn't tell for sure if that was Geese King in the lead out there. Okay, Brandon Barber again. Well, we've been tough on Brandon today. We gave him a new name earlier. Now when he is leading, we don't figure it out here. I've been tough on him today. Brandon's going to hate me for a long time. Okay, but he's doing a great job. Here they come. And Carlson moving up into second there right now. Kind of stretching out just a little bit here right now. But again, like I said, good clean racing. And today, basically all day, we've been lucky. The racers really raced hard, clean. You're going to have a few flip-ups.
Yeah, it's been really a good race all day long. It's a couple little tip-overs here. But all in all, it's been a nice day out here, a beautiful day out on Trace Lake, Grey Eagle, Minnesota.
Okay, there we go again. Barber picks up the win. Sheldon Carlson right there in that number 2 spot again. Putting the heat on. We'll come down now. Let's see. Yep, here we go. I think this is their last chance qualifier here now. And how many taking out of this one here, Bobby? Is it 3 that go out of this one? Okay, yep, here we go. Now we get down to crunch time here, Pappy. Blaine Broughton in the 205 is going to dial us up. We are what they call the LCQ, again, for the Supermods here right now. There's 12 of them coming out here. Chad Knaus has been really good in that 81 machine. Keep an eye on him. He could get the thing done there. Again, Andy Bachman, the 73, also joins up, as does the 552 of Justin Lundeen, who's been dominating in some of the other classes. The 9W, Jeff Watson, another world champion out here. Boy, we got a loaded line. This is the LCQ, folks, so these guys aren't in yet. Only 3 of these will move on. Colton Graber, the 964, fresh off again, picking up the Strathcona Club last weekend. He's in the B main. Chuck Zeck, again, like I said, always a bullet in that 76 machine, that player's of his. Cody Schulten, the 51C out of Laverne, jumps in. As does Travis Winters in the 23W, another very strong runner out there. Out of Butterfield coming up.
As you go around the country, these are the best drivers that are tracked on this sled. This is a Supermod, 440 Supermod, the same thing that they run Eagle River in. And so these are the head sleds, and man, they're going to have a race. Every driver on the run.
You bet. Andrew DeNoble comes out again, the world champion in the juniors, number 5. And Cole Tresniak in the 7. Sit back. Here we go. Race fans, you want your favorite driver to make that top 3. And as you can see, we got a mess out there right now with about 10 sleds still in the hunt for the top 3. Down the back straightaway. Now they load up. Oh, somebody just broke on the back chute. Arm come up. That might have been, was that Cody Schulten or DeNoble? Okay, it was Schulten that time. Here's your leader right there. 17 and the 23 up there again. It looks like Mitch Giesking out there again. They're going to have to stop it. I think he's on track, right?
Yeah, I think what had happened out there, we got 2 sleds that are down in the backside there, in the back straightaway, and so it looks like they're going to red flag it. They're going to bring it back around, restart this up again. So, what had happened was we were getting ready to slow up here, and some of the drivers started to ease back on the red flag, which means they want you to stop, and 2 other drivers ended up tangling into each other. So we'll see if we can get this untangled and get this thing back straight and around again.
You bet. Travis Winters was in the hunt there at that time. So again, we're going to probably reset the complete field. I don't think we complete a lap, so we'll wait and see how this thing plays out. I know it looked like Giesking in the 17. Oh, Graber's one of the guys in the wreck. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, they got tangled up. Tough break out there. Okay. Well, let's let them get set here again.
Yeah, it looks like in its last race here when they pulled up short just a little bit, started to slow down. It looks like Mitch Giesking's sled made some contact with with Justin Lundeen's sled. So they're going to try to get that on straight and about, and away we go again. Another old driver from the old days, 76, Chuck Zek. Chuck, 65 years old, still racing hard, racing with us hard. Good to see it. Took a little walk here during the plow break as they're straightening this out here. We looked around and had a nice visit with the Tresniaks here. They come to us down from the Wisconsin Dells area, kind of Friendship, Wisconsin, I guess would be their home. And I asked them, we used to race many years ago, and I thought it was their grandfather, and it turned out to be it was their uncle. And so he was the one that kind of started that race team, Ron, back then. And, boy, I tell you what, they've been racing for many, many years out of Friendship, and they've been super strong. Good family. All the grandkids are still doing it, and they sure do a nice job when they show up whatever race event that they're at. So they're just kind of backing them off here a little bit. We're trying to figure out the race order here. We got a couple sleds down in the corner. And, yep, Justin was a hard runner. He's been running hard all day long. And, boy, I think I'm not sure he's going to pull that back. I don't know if he's going to make it back out yet or not. I don't think so. Interesting sled we're watching out there. Colton Graber's running a mid-engine Rupp. Ron, we haven't seen one of them for a long time. And kind of an interesting snowmobile, mid-engine Rupp. They ran them really big back in the 70s, and they would run. A guy by the name of Jay Sperry would run that sled. Then I think this is Jay's team, if I'm not corrected yet. And I think he's the head mechanic on it. I think he still owns it. He's just a little too old to drive it. And so he's got this new young gun in there, and he's sure doing a really good job. Well, at any rate, they're going to bring this on back. I'm going to turn it back over to Ron. They're going to reset this group, and then we'll shoot them up.
Okay, once again, top 3 lock in here in this one here. Pepe, let's see how this thing plays out again one more time. They're locked up in staging. The field's shrunk a little bit now, down about 8. He's got a good hole shot for a minute in that one there. And also coming up on the outside, looked like DeNoble in the 5, or one of those guys got a good jump right behind him again. Let's see how it plays out as they come down into turn 3. Leading the field here again, and I think that might be the winner. Travis Winters at 23 in the lead. Watson's in the lead, yep. Jeff Watson's your leader right now. No surprise to see that many-time world champion get up there and look good out of Princeton, Minnesota. We'll see who's second, third right now behind him. The bubble sled is that white. Okay. It sounds like Chad Knaus running second, and in third, Blaine Broughton in the 205. Not and Giesking just took it away. Well, no, I think he took it back again. They're going back and forth, and Giesking able to sneak by and move in. That puts him in. Let's guarantee the $100 bill right there just to finish this.
That's some good running by all 3 drivers there. First, second, third, they are side by side. And coming across, Jeff Watt in 9W. Strong runner. He's used to running right side by side. He's got Chad Knaus in the Silver Bullet Skidoo team. Great there. And our third and final.
I think it might have been Giesking, right?
Mitch Giesking. Right, yeah, all the way up from southern Minnesota. They're right on the Iowa border. Mitch Giesking. That's going to set our lineup for the big race here later here this afternoon.
Now we got a fill-in race, folks. One we didn't have on the list here earlier. We're going to add the Superstock 340 free air final. Race number 38A. It's another one here. So this one here, I don't think we had on the board. And we'll get the field set for you again. Corey Schindler should be coming out in the 08X again. Trenton Bell, who's been really good over here again, one of the Wisconsin guys, on the 29. Sheldon Carlson again. coming up again in his 15, the North Dakota racer. Then Sarah Schindler, who's been, well, the first, second, third all day long on that 80X, also joins up along with Jason Sunby in the 56X. Then Kyle Maug has been on a tear. Kyle has been really good all day. That Wisconsin driver's been dynamite in that 130 coming up, along with Zach Hilton in the 731 joining the party. Then Braden Stenser, the familiar name in the 222, comes up to join us. And then Mandy Giesking comes back out again into 17. And Randy Newman coming back out again on the 83X to Rupp.
I always like to see Randy out there. Randy runs those Rupps. They've been running them for long. Him and his father started the Vols Racing organization many, many years ago out of, actually it was out of the Osakis area. And they used to do a lot of lake racing. And but anyway, good to see Randy out there running with the young guns out there today.
Okay, we'll set them up again one more time, race fans. Here we go. Another wild finish coming up here in this one here. Here they go. Kyle Maug got a good start there, jumped out. I think he was okay, though. I don't think the flagman did it. Oh, they thought he jumped at that time. Okay, well. Okay, boy.
I think Maug has been he's been really, really good on that sled all day, and I think he got just a little bit itchy there on the trigger, Ron. And so they're going to back him back up here. They're going to reset the field. My guess would be they're going to put Maug in the back, but that's not going to slow him down. He'll start from the back, and he'll end up in the front. You just watch.
Yeah, he's fast enough. He'll be able to get up there. Sometimes this might be what you call selling tickets. Gives you a good race out of it. Tough deal for Kyle. I hate to see that for him, but I'm sure he's a little frustrated here right now. But again, here they come. And yeah, they're going. Okay, there comes Sarah coming up on the 80X. Okay, there we come, and they're going to direct. Looks like Kyle back there. Yeah, here he comes.
And I see Danny the Flagman's going to put Kyle back here about, I would say around about 5 sled lengths. So we'll see what Kyle's dad, Spud, has up his sleeve on this one. I think he's got that clutch sitting pretty good. And I guarantee it, he'll be up front here before the end of the race. You watch.
Okay, again, they set it up. Here they come. Oh, and a tough start. Randy Newman could not get that Rupp to ignite that time and just didn't get off the flag. It looks like a load up on a tough break for him. And in the meantime, the rest of the field down that back straight. When you're right, Maug is moving up on a hurry on the outside factors, moved up into about 6th place already. But he's got a ways to go this time. And not a lot of time to do this. They come off turn 4, leading the field to flag, and lap number 1. Okay, looks like Stenser in that 222 is your leader. Braden in that 222 looking good down that back straightaway. Stenser starts to stretch it out, so he gets a little bit of breathing room down into the head in turn 3. We'll see who charges up behind him again. Now coming off of 3 and 4, here they are at the flag here. Stenser still looking good. I think Maug is now moved into 4th place, now up into 3rd place actually. And you're right, Kyle Maug is really turning up the heat here right now and putting the pressure on. Here he comes now, coming after the 2nd place sled. Maug going to run out. He's probably going to run out of time to win it, but here he is. Coming off turn 4. They come to the flag. They drop to the inside. Maug going to try it up there. He gets on the inside. Whoa! Boy, Kyle Maug just ended up a sled length short on that one there.
I tell you what, he started way in the back after the beginning of that race, and he drove that thing all the way to the front, and he lost just by about a quarter of a sled length. I told you he was the guy to watch. He believed everything we said.
Pappy, you called that one. You better buy a lottery ticket tonight there, buddy. Pappy had that one right on the money. He said he's going to be at the front. He wasn't kidding. I thought, well, maybe this too short of a race, but by golly, Kyle did a great job. Right now we're going to go to race number 39. F-Stock final now coming up. But, of course, this is always a fun one. Spencer Sears will be coming out on his number 3 machine. Of course, Derek Meyer and Ben Meyer, again, our 2 Michigan drivers. Derek on the 10, Ben on the 11. They come out there. Keep an eye on him. Taylor Geese on the 21. Taylor's been really good today, too. So, boy, this is a nice mix. Then you got Adam Bregelman on the 717 coming up there also joining up. Keep an eye on Adam as he comes up alongside Taden Nelson, the 911 out of Spicer, Minnesota. And looks like Bailey Johnson's going to be back out on the 66K. Should be coming up there. Colt T. Schaefer in the 29T. Okay, Jamie Dietman in the 409. And they drop the hammer. There they go. And Marley Peterson in the 43. It looks like that might be the 3 out there of Spencer Sears that got a hole shot there. I can't tell for sure. I thought it was the 3 on the back of the uniform anyway. It was race suit. We'll see how they play it out. Come down into turn number 3 here right now. But whatever it is, he's got company right on his back bumper as they come off turn 4. And here we go down that front straightaway. Yeah, that is him sitting in 2nd right now. It was the 21 of Taylor Geese, so I think Taylor's on that cat out there. Huh? Okay, 911, Taden Nelson up the 3rd. Good for Taden out there. Good run there, too. And somebody's off the pace. That might be the 21 of Taylor Geese. You hate to see that. Was running up. I see she kind of pulled off, or Taylor did. Or they come down the front straightaway. Now that battle for lead is coming up. Boy, the 3, and I tell you what, that's a 20. And again, I believe that might be, again, Taden Nelson, 911, has moved up into the hunt also. Taden's right there going for the lead. And here they come off turn 4 again, and it looks like we might have a new leader here this time. Yeah, there it is, a 911. Taden Nelson, your new leader. Sitting in 2nd, the 3. Good run out there by Spencer Sears. Spencer's been doing a good job here. Last week we had him up north up there. I thought did a nice job in some of them races up there. White flag getting ready to come out here right now. Danny Steinmetz, your head flag man, gets ready to throw it up. He's been busy today. And you can only imagine when you're a flag man at these big shows like this, you're going to have to make some tough calls. Like he said, I'm probably not on too many Christmas lists right now, but you know. But hey, I think the thing about him, he's done a great job. He's done the same for everybody, so that's all you can ask. And the racers they're jumpy. They want to make that big money, Dan. So probably got a lot of cash floating around here. And here they go. Checkered flag's going to be Dayton Nelson on a 9-11. Nice win for him. And there was a 3 finishing second of Spencer Sears. And I didn't catch that third place one there, but okay, that was 66th out there. Bailey Johnson finishing in third.
Very good. Some of these, this is called the Upstock, and I believe it's 1995 and older, I believe, Ron. And anyway, it's an IFS type snowmobile, and with that independent front suspension, they typically run 5 laps, of which they just did. Going back to our Leaf Spring stuff, typically this afternoon they've been running 3 laps. So, and then our big race tonight, this afternoon, will be a 7-lap race. So that's a little bit of a breakdown on our classes.
You bet. Great job by that, too. It's fun to have him up here because, like I said, he raced. I haven't raced since back in the 70s, so, you know, it was a whole different sport back then. Again, I tell you what, but it's great to have, again, Pappy's like an encyclopedia for us up here right now, folks, giving us help and throw a whole bunch of extra insight into this thing here and let you folks get a chance to learn a little bit more about vintage racing because it's a sport that is really growing by leaps and bounds. Right now, Junior 2 sprint. Here we go. Jaslyn Rathke, the 30, should be coming out. Dylan Fox has been almost untouchable on that 23. Harrison LeFevre out of Hibbing in the 916 jumps in. Then Hunter Johnson out of Drayton, North Dakota on the 59. Out of Fergus Falls, Minnesota, your young junior world champion last year will be Andrew DeNoble in the 15. Nolan Muskirka in the 816 out of Andover. Carson Peterson out of Lancaster, the 43. Miranda Peterson on the 434 out there. And Marley Peterson on the 44. There it is. Your field is set out there right now. I think Skirka's out there. Here comes the 43 out there of Carson Peterson. There comes the 44 also joining up. I believe that's Marley Peterson. Okay, great lineup out here right now. Let's see how this thing plays out. All was good out there. And Johnson jumped into the lead out there. 14-year-old Hunter Johnson out of Drayton, North Dakota. Young guy that's really, like I said, going to have a great future in this sport here as he led the field early. Let's see if he holds on, but he's not there now, I don't think. I think they changed it up a little bit. And there goes Andrew DeNoble, I believe, again. Young gunner out of Fergus Falls, Minnesota. I actually live in Fergus Falls. I don't know Andrew real well yet, but I guess I should get to know him a little bit. He's doing a heck of a job out there right now. And again, leading the field. I know his mom, Katie, and his dad, those people are just super people that just really having fun following him. Matter of fact, I think his mom might be on a cruise right now, and his sister, and him and dad are racing. So they're up here on the ice, they're in the water.
That's the best place to be here, and we're out here racing here today. These sleds are all cranked up here this afternoon. These junior sprints are doing, Ron, I would say right around 85 miles an hour, maybe 90. But they're really up to the double digits today.
Yeah, DeNoble's going to have a great future there right now hanging on. He's holding off a very strong field again. Those junior 2 kids as they come down here again, like they come into turn 3. Setting up again. This will be a 5-lapper for their final for them, so they're getting a chance to get some good laps out there. Here comes a white flag coming out for DeNoble. But boy, Hunter Johnson and Jaslyn Rathke have caught up to Andrew DeNoble. And Andrew's going to have to keep her tight down there and don't open the door because Hunter Johnson is squeezing the trigger. Here comes Hunter closing in on the backside of DeNoble as they come off 3 and 4. Going to be a drag race to the flag. Let's see who it's going to be. They come by, and I think, was that Rathke? Huh? Yeah, who got first 30? No. 15 did win it. Okay, we got a little confused out there with that lap traffic in there. But again, Andrew DeNoble did pick up the win out there. Hunter Johnson with a good run out there, and Rathke in third. Good, strong run by those kids. Wow. So again, the junior world champion got up there and did a nice job. Okay, here we go. 41, race number 41 coming up here right now. This will be our Masters. Here come them old timers out again. We're going to wear these guys out today, you know.
The good thing about the Masters is we got so many of the old guys out today. We got 2 heats of them, Ron. This is a class that I used to run. I guess when you're over 50 years old, you get shoveled into this class. And I'm telling you what, these guys, they act like they're about 16, and they're not afraid to get after it. And we got actually 2 heats of them here this afternoon, so it should be a good race here.
You bet. Isn't it amazing? 60 must be the new 20. I guess Steve Windingland out of Fargo in the 77 jumps up. Kevin Bonagowski again also in the 91 out of Miller, North Dakota comes in, as does Robert Rooney. And the 56 of Randy Logelin back out again. Randy get a chance to race a little bit again this year. That's good to see for him. And then Sheldon Carlson back out again on his 15. And along with him, I believe, should be the 733 of Tim Ross also joining out there. Tim's another guy that's been around the sport quite off and on for the last several years. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, huh?
Yeah, looks like we have a one sled left over here from that junior sprint sitting up there on the snowbank. And it looks like the paddock team wants to get that sled out of the way just to give us a safe racing surface. So they're just a second here. I see the four-wheelers out there, and they've hooked up to that sled. They use a little plastic sled, if you can believe it, folks. A lot of these guys, what they do is they take the back. If you have a bedliner in your pickup, the old plastic bedliners are on, they cut that down, they cut the sides down, it makes a perfect sleigh. They hook a rope behind that, put that behind the four-wheeler, they can put the sled right on top of that plastic bedliner, and they pull it right back to the paddock. Works great.
Boy, isn't that amazing? You're right. Here we go. Carlson got a good jump to start with, but did not hold the spot right now. Let's see how they come off 1 and 2. Sheldon Carlson working that outside line again. Like I said, coming into this weekend, he had 9 finals wins already this season, boy. So he's had a really good year, and that's in 3 weeks of 3 races here. So they come down back straight away and again take a look. And I can't remember. He might have been at Eagle River for a couple too there, but again, Carlson with the lead. Tim Ross running in second out there. Tim doing a good job right now, and Tim keeping Sheldon right in his sights down there down the back straightaway. Matter of fact, he's closing the gap on him a little bit right now. Tim Ross carrying some good speed out there. Again, here comes Sheldon off turn 4. Again, they come down that back straightaway. Sheldon Carlson looking good with Ross hanging right with him. I think we got another heat of these guys coming up after this. Okay.
No, this might be is this the final, Gals? No, this was the heat. Oh my gosh, this was a heat. Wow. This is really going to set this up for the elder guys here later today.
Boy, that's crazy. You know, in many years, over the past, we usually haven't had a lot of guys that age doing it anymore. But I tell you, these old timers are having more fun than the kids are anymore. They're back out here again. Now we got heat race number 1 in the bank, and we'll get ready for the second one coming up next. John Padgett again will be coming out on his number 2. The Padgett Cycle Shot number 2 out of Brainerd, Minnesota. Randy Newman again out of Osakis, Minnesota on his 83 Rupp. Dave Riegert on Little Falls should be coming out. Probably on his Polaris. I'm not sure on the 156. Depends on what he's bringing in here right now. And then Chuck T. Schaefer comes out on his 29 machine out there. Chuck will be out here joining the party here again also. Colton on that one there, I see. And then how about
that? I just saw that name down there, Ron. You caught my eyes. Jim Lennox, 75 years young, is going to put a beating on these guys here today. It's great to see that 50 sled out. We have not seen it out much this year. He's coming out of retirement. He looks in great shape. He's starting on the inside. You watch. I bet he's going to give him a run for the money.
I think did he win one at Eagle River this year?
He won the Grand National out there at Eagle River at 70 and older.
And there he goes, like you said, in turn 1. Didn't get the whole shot he'd like. Also, I missed Dale Stensrud out there in the 222. So again, they roll it back down that back straight away, heading up here again right now. Yep, Jimmy Lennox in 3rd place. You know, he retired about 15 years ago. Then he retired
25 years ago.
Yep. Then he retired 18 years ago, and then he retired 12 years ago.
Running in 3rd place.
And he's unretired again. So I wonder what he's going to do when he grows up. I'll tell you what. Jim Lennox having a ball out there. A great guy, too. It's just fun to see his grandsons, of course. Been raced with us for years here. Not this year, I don't think, but again, they've been around for a while. That's been fun to see. And
Dave Riegert's in 1st place there. He's running a real good race. And he's probably 3 sunlights out ahead of Nobody seems to have much for him. But good race. Good to see these guys out here. They're going to have a real nice final when these 2 heats come together here a little later in the afternoon.
Well, that should be a battle. Like you said, you get all those guys out there again. Like I said, Carlson, Tim Ross, them guys are really good in that first one. Our checkered flag goes. Rieger gets a win. Yep. So we'll put them in our final here in a little bit.
Rieger gets the win. Stensrud number 2. It looks like Jimmy Lennox number 3.
Yep, they're all in.
I guess the story goes, Ron, I'm going to have to come out of retirement here next year for a run with these guys.
I was just saying, you know what? It might be time to get you back out of there too again now. Yeah, you come to races thinking you might see him in the pits, or might see him in their pickup sitting there. Here he's on the racetrack again. Oh, how about Jimmy Lennox? Okay, now we get ready for race number 42. I think, yeah, that's going to be what, the Sportsman 600 final? Yeah, here we go. Boy, Eric Ruland again comes out on that number 50 machine. The veteran Bill Nelson out of Spicer on the number 3 joins in. And then I see Taylor Thompson coming out. Should be coming out on his 548. Let's see, Danny Reichel. Danny Reichel back out again. Has raced a lot last year. He'll be on 409 now, not 99. Okay. So Danny Reichel will be on 409, not Jamie Dietman. And Gage Beach will be out on the 111, I believe. So. Okay, here we go. Just 3 of them here right now. Reichel out there on that 24:09 back there. Like I said, Danny has raced a lot for the last several years, either off and on a little bit. So good to see him back down here.
Yeah, he used to go back in the juniors way back in the day, and him and his dad they've had a solid race team. They're from the Fargo, North Dakota area, and they haven't raced much with us over the last couple years. But I tell you what, he's running strong here today. He's moved up in the third. And, looks like he's running a good sled here today.
You bet. Ruling with the lead here right now. Eric very solid on the caddy. His down the back straightaway. Run up there again, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might be Bill Nelson on second. Was that the 3? I couldn't tell for sure. I'm pretty sure anyway. Well, okay. There, Ruling comes by again, looking really good. Nelson. And Danny Reichel getting some good laps in, not that far off the pace. So again, he jumped on, again, like I said, I think he jumped on Jamie Dietman's sled out there again, so we're going to run
I think
that.
that's a borrowed sled, so he doesn't quite have the feel of it, but he's running it hard, and he's running it well. There's no doubt about it.
You bet. Just get some good time. And he's having the ball. That's the main thing. Boy, Ruling just looking strong out there. Apparently, it's a 5-lapper. I think that was lap number 3. Looks like Danny Steinmetz now going to get the white flag dug out. And I think after this, are we at the plow break yet? Or we got one more to go here yet? We're at the Sportsman IFS 440 plow break after this. Yeah, okay. Oh, one more, yeah. Okay, yeah. One more. We have 43 coming up, right? Yeah. Okay, so again, they come down again. Eric Ruling just dialed that baby up, and I believe he's going to come by, and we'll leave no doubt in this one here. Here comes Eric off turn 4. Going to take the checkered flag. Good run for Eric Ruling. Your winner. Again, Bill Nelson second, and finishing third will be, again, the 99 out there of Danny Reichel. I think we got one more race here, folks. Then we're going to be doing our one of our final couple plow breaks before we wrap up our show here today. And this will be the IFS 440X. And, of course, it's all IFS machines, no leapers in this one here, so you got to run that straight. Mike Stratichuk should be coming out again on to number 13. Stratichuk, a good racer. And as you said, Cole Tresniak has been really good from over east of us here in that 7, the Wisconsin racer. Then you got the veteran Dave Newman coming out on his 54 machine, where he is always tough. And then Devin Fackrell again. Like I said, we always talk about Devin, the Arizona racer. He's been with us for years out there. Love having him come over. Devin's a good racer. Owen Thurston on that 57 jumps up. I believe that should be Carson Graham. I'm pretty sure on that 62 coming out here if he makes it out again. And Andy Bachman again on the number 73. So nice field here of the IFS 440X machines.
Most of these sleds, Ron, if you go back in time, these were the original Snow Pro sleds from 1977, 8, 9, and there's an 80 out there as well. So these are the original sleds that they raced back in the day. They're using kind of today's technology on yesterday's chassis. But boy, I tell you what, they sure put on a good show for us.
What they do, and I remember when they first came out in IFS, I was about young kid, my eyes were about as big as softballs. Boy, out there, they were fast. Okay. Oh, whoops. Yeah, looked like a wild Andy Bachman.
They had to run it. They get ready to start the stall, and they jump the start. When they jump the start, a couple sleds just kind of bang into each other and tipped a few of the guys off. And they weren't going very fast. They were just going to get going. So we're going to load the right back up on the interesting sled there, the 73 with Andy Bachman. But I believe that was that came out of the day of Jacques Villeneuve's race team. Is that where that sled came from? And he sure does a nice job of piloting this sled from the old days. And, man, I'll tell you, Jacques will sure be proud of the rider on there today.
Oh, boy, isn't that amazing? Jacques and Shields, but the Villeneuve boys were pretty amazing, weren't they? They were some crazy engineers, too, when they came out.
They even had the Unser boys back in the day in there. Wasn't that something back there?
Yeah, everybody got into this sport. It was pretty nuts. Looks like they might have got the 7. I'm thinking might have had just a little bit of a jump out there. Tresniak just got a little bit of a hop.
In the back. Looks like the keep going number 54, Dave Newman. Yeah. Dave Newman will run really strong here today.
You're right, boy, look at Newman powering his way up on the outside. On to turn 1, looks like he's going to jump in that number 2 spot for a second. Now Newman's going for the lead off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Powers his way up well for a second, and all of a sudden he got company on the inside again. Good battle up there as they go side by side, coming off turn 4. Down that front straightaway and leading the field up here right now, the 73.
Look what just snuck in third place there. Kevin Fackrell. He's looking at Boris all the way up in the third, of course. He comes up to us all the way from the Phoenix area to race snowmobiles up in this cold country. I'm not sure about that, but he's here, and he's just moved into third place and running hard. Matter of fact, he's giving Newman a run for his money.
Boy, Fackrell looking really good. That Polaris awfully fast out there. Yeah, you're right. Most of the people out in Arizona are from Minnesota. And there ain't many of them that come up here, I'll guarantee, not this time of the year, but Devin's having fun. He's a snowmobile racer, so hey, he knows how to handle it here right now. We got a little twin track back there. That was the building one machine there. And again, good surge up there again with the lead.
Look looks like the 73 sled of Bachman is running a nice race today. He's real consistent in the corners. He's just been really, and he's been fast on the straightaways. So that really makes a good race. Continued on. Looks like they got one to go. And I don't think anybody's going to have anything for the Bachman Club this afternoon.
No, Fackrell able to sneak by Newman on that 54 that time and move into second. But boy, like you said, right now, the 73 with a big lead out there again. Andy Bachman's locked up. He takes the checkered flag. Nice run for him.
Yeah, and a good run there from Kevin Fackrell all the way from Phoenix, Arizona. And Dave Newman, the older, I think Dave's got to be 16:59 or 16. Still runs a really good race sled.
Wow, and that's something. Yeah, great job, guys. Okay, and I think we might be in a pop ball break again. Happy we'll get a little bit of a break here and then to get set. Folks, again, for you folks on TV land, we're coming back. Next race up, I believe, should be this 440 final. We got the big one. That's a $2,500 to win one. That'll be a 7-lapper, I believe, right, Bobby? Seven laps, $2,500 to win, $1,500 for second, $1,000 for third, $800 for fourth, I think $600 for fifth. So it is a wild, good purse.
Well, I tell you what, Ron, there had been some talk on this race coming for a long time, and I believe it was the group. We've got different groups that help sponsor over the years. There is a group down in the Butterfield, Minnesota, which is just south of the Mankato area out there on Highway 60. And I think they were real instrumental in bringing some of that purse money up here for today's race on the Trace. And so it's been just a good operation of people down there. There's a couple big trucking companies that really pitch in for this, and they're able to put together a purse where basically guys from Michigan and Wisconsin are over here racing today that you normally don't see. It's good to see it.
You bet. They're guaranteed 100 just to start this thing. Of course, like you mentioned, T&K Trucking, again, out of Butterfield. Big Rig Roundup Truck Show is also involved in this thing, along with Broughton Farms and Motorsports and Northern Crankshaft. So that's the people involved. Okay, race fans, we're going to back her down here for a few minutes. We'll be back here shortly, again, with more racing for the Race on Trace.
This live broadcast of CMPR, Ice Oval Racing is brought to you by Bright Stitch Monogramming, Rickert Excavating, Scott's Auto Body, T&K Transport, and Vintage Snowmobile Magazine.
Northern Crankshaft NC Sales is a proud sponsor of CMPR. Your local power sports one-stop shop, servicing snowmobiles, ATVs, UTVs and motorcycles. Offers a full line of parts with a huge variety of engine parts on hand for all makes and models. They also have a full line of enclosed and open trailers. Northern Crankshaft NC Sales, proudly serving you for over 40 years.
It's the Sauk Centre Snowfest Racing Festival presented by MBC Drainage. Saturday, January 28th, featuring CMPR snowmobile racing action. See the area's fastest racers and sleds take to the track on Sauk Lake at the Sinclair Lewis Park Boat Landing. Hot laps beginning at 8 a.m. The racing starts at 11. It'll be a day of family fun with food, a warming tent, hot beverages, cold beer, and admission is free. Don't miss the racing action Saturday, January 28th on Sauk Lake. Find out more, go to SaukCentreChamber.com.
For a taste of greatness, try Papa's Seasonings at your next cookout. Anyone can cook a great steak with Papa's Steak Seasoning. This versatile, very low-sodium seasoning is excellent on a variety of meats. For the best ever ribs, use Papa's Rib Rub, also great on ham and chicken. For the barbecue lover, our delicious Papa's Barbecue Sauce is perfect for grilling. Also try Papa's Bloody Mary Mix. Our line of Papa's Seasonings and barbecue sauce are the best out there. Get yours today. Available at Lake Country Meats Alexandria. SureStay Hotel by Best Western in Spicer, Minnesota is located across the street from the sandy beaches of Green Lake. Our friendly staff will ensure you feel welcome and comfortable during your visit. Our clean, cozy rooms provide an excellent environment for resting up between activities. Enjoy our heated indoor swimming pool and spa. A complimentary continental breakfast is offered daily. To book a room, call 320-796-2300 or visit bestwestern.com.
AuctionBlock.com. First with online equipment auctions in 1999. First in worldwide registered users. Sell with a leader. AuctionBlock.com. Call AuctionBlock today. 218-483-7880.
The experienced team of MBC Drainage LLC is here to do everything in their power to help you rectify any drainage or excavating problems you may be experiencing. With over 90 years of combined experience, we offer complete farm tile drainage services and a number of helpful excavating possibilities for your convenience. Just contact our team when you need help. We will be happy to sit down with you and provide a free consultation. Call today for more information or visit us online.
Hey, I'm PJ Wonderscheid. Welcome to the wonderful world of Country Cat.
With a 4-time world champ at the helm, fast, reliable, online ordering is exactly what Country Cat provides. From FXR, 509, Climb, to Arctic Cat, all the best clothing and accessories on the planet. ATVs, UTVs, E-Z-GO golf carts are backed by one of the world's largest Arctic Cat dealers. For fast and free shipping on most orders over $39, log on to countrycat.com. That's countrycat.com.
Okay, race fans, we're getting about ready to crank things up again here to come in. Boy, we got a big one coming up here right now. I want to thank again T&K Transport out of Butterfield, Big Rig Roundup Truck Show, Broughton Farms and Motorsports, and Northern Crankshaft for putting together this purse here for the 440 Supermods. The winner of this race here coming up is going to pick up a $2,500 payday. Second place, $1,500. Third, $1,000. Fourth, $800. Fifth, $600. Sixth place will be $500, seventh $400, eighth $300. So again, you're guaranteed $100 just to take the start. Also, Rick was up here again from the Papa Party Pack there, and he's going to put on another $100 to AJ Lang if he wins this. So he will pick up a $2,600 payday. And the field is about set here. Let's meet him here real quick, and we'll get ready. This will be a 7-lap shootout. Brady Mloskotch again out of Willow River, Minnesota, will be on the 37. Nathan Foyt will be up there on the 83. Nathan Foyt up there again. Then you got the veteran Joe Burns back out of retirement. He's in here right now. And then Mason Schuett on the 48X. Kyle Roskoski, the 118, lines up down here out of Hibbing, Minnesota. The great veteran Kurt Peterson out of Fargo in at 52X, the world champion. A.J. Lang, another good one that's out here on the 216, jumps in. Bryce Tresniak looks like a bullet out there on the 77. Of course, the many-time world champion Matt Gady lines up again on the number 28 as Matt comes up here, I believe, out of Almere, Minnesota, down that area anyway. Jeff Watson, the world champion again, out of Princeton in the 9W machines also in here, along with Chad Knaus on the 81. And Mitch Giesking on the 17G. That is your lineup. Folks, 7 laps, a lot of money on the line. Great start. Oh, boy, the freight train rolls into turn 1. I tell you, Pappy, this ought to be a wild one. They come down the back straightaway. It looked like the 37, Brady Mloskotch, might have got the early jump. Let's see what happens here. The scorers will keep us updated as they go. 7 laps. Here's lap number 1 in the bank. Matt Gady.
Got the freight train behind him. It's almost like bees in a beehive, Rod. They are absolutely coming after each other, and they're coming hard.
Boy, that's for sure. And remember, like even fourth place is $800 yet, so everybody's going to make some money in this thing. Gady going to come by. He's going to lead lap number 2, and he's leaving no doubt in this one here. Okay, we'll wait up again. We'll catch up with them here as they come by. Yep. Again, they come. Gady, your leader, coming down on that front straightaway, looking good. Yep.
Lang's coming hard from Miltona, all the way from the down a little Miltona, and he's a heck of a racer.
You bet. He's sitting in third. I think we're complete lap number 4 here right now, if I'm not mistaken. Gady out there again, and I'm trying to read that number again, but I can't, so I'll try see if I can get off the cameras again. We got a machine out. Could be Tresniak, I'm not sure as they come by. Oh, Nate Foyt. Okay, 83. Nate Foyt running second out there right now.
Oh, looks like Nate Foyt just...
Oh, no, it just blew up. Something broke on him right there.
Second, and he just pulled off the side of the track. That's a big loss for that Skidoo Racing team.
And A.J. Lang just went from $1,000 to $1,500 in a heartbeat. How about that, boy?
Matt Gady's running away with the train like he always does. And boy, he's the conductor today. There's no doubt about that.
And that Polaris is rocking here right now, folks. He's coming off turn 4, getting ready to walk it in. White flag, 1 lap to go. Gady, your leader. We'll wait to see how this thing shakes out. Foyt running second out there right now. Nate Foyt come down the back straightaway. Here they come. There it is.
Here comes Matt Gady to take the checker flag. Matt Gady in first. What a nice run.
2,500 reasons to smile for Matt Gay. Nathan Foyt going to hang on.
Miltona,
Oh, yep.
And Curtis Peterson, the world champion from Eagle River, in third place.
Well, how about that?
Well, I'll tell you what, it didn't get any tougher than that. We had 4 or 5 guys that have won Eagle River before here, Ron, that were out here racing today on our little race here at Grey Eagle, Minnesota. It was wonderful to see him. What a nice race.
Yep, A.J. Lang, $1,500. $1,000 to Peterson. You see one of the machines, the 48, sitting down there, top break again. And Mason Shoot right out there. Shoot, yep.
From that Wisconsin group.
Oh, what a tough break. And you can see Nathan up there also on the 83, running second.
Yep, I think Schulte and Nathan Fouch, I think they kind of team together. They park together at all the races. They definitely help each other, but I think they might, the weather's been changing here. It's warmed up today. If you get off a little bit on the jetting, Ron, these pistons have no problem with burning down, and it looks to me like that's what happened here. I think Nathan must have talked to Mr. Fuchs on that, and they probably put in the wrong jets. I'm guessing they're burnt down sitting on the side of the track here today.
Oh, a tough break. Those guys both had a chance to make some good money, but well, they're guaranteed 100 each. And like I said, it's not what they came here again. And also good run out there again. Like I said, A.J. Lang was this close. If he doesn't get behind Gady to pick up the big one, he'd have picked up a $100 bonus from the Papa Party Pack too out there.
There's not many folks out here that can race with the Gady clan and keep up to them.
Matt's a pretty amazing racer and really a class guy too. I mean, the thing about him again, like he's been good for our sport also. Right now, let's move on. We're getting ready. We got a lot of racing to do up here, and I think we have more heats coming up here right now. That's a final, isn't it? Oh, that's 98 over.
Number 45 should be a final.
Okay, this is a final out there right now, and I think they're all in it, right? Again, Bobby, so if I'm not mistaken. Taylor Geese, the 21, should be coming up. Mike Berniking in the 21T. And you got Tucker Braith out there in that number 72. This will be race number 45 of 55 here, so we're getting down there. Okay. Adam Bragelman will be out on his 717 again. Taden Nelson out of Spicer in the 911. Bailey Johnson running pretty good earlier in that 66K machine. Justin Marthaler will be out on the number 22 again out of Alexandria. Colton T. Schaefer in the 29T also jumps up. Randy Newman, they're up again out of Osakis, the 83X. Again, Marley Peterson on the 43 out of Lancaster, Minnesota, and Dylan Herman on the number 71. So that is your lineup here again right now. This year, 98 and older, 500 fan IFS.
Yeah, it should be a good group here. I talked to a few of these racers here earlier in the week. They were over here at Grey Eagle doing a lot of clutching and practicing with their sleds, knowing that this big race was going to come up today. So they're setting in here for the start. They're going to have a nice run.
What's amazing, folks, I remember when we first started doing this stuff here, we were very happy to get 4 or 5 sleds in the final. Now today, I don't know if there's one of these finals that's going to be under 11 or 12. And that looked like Tucker Braith at 72.
Well, yeah, that phaser's been fast. They built that sled about 10 years ago, and it's been fast from the day they built it.
Boy, Tucker's just doing a great job out there right now, having a ball with the lead. But I think he's got company coming as they come off turn 4. Here we go.
Oh, we got Justin Marthaler's pulled into second place. They've been working on that clutching now for about the last 3 weeks. And the new mechanic, Mark Barrett, has really found some room. He's pulling up. He's only about a sled length behind. And, boy, is he pulling hard, and he's driving hard into 3 and 4. We're going to see how this plays out. Should be a good race.
You bet. And I think that's Dylan Herman, maybe in the 71 and third. Again, here they come again right now. You bet. Good race out there. Again, we'll keep it up, everybody. And great battle. Justin just keeps coming out and supporting us week after week. And again, leading the field, Tucker Braith in that 72, looking good. Justin sitting back behind him. Herman in that 71 in the number 3 spot right now, as they've broken away from the field pretty good out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, that little phaser's really been hard to catch. He has just been rock solid since they built that little sled. Nobody's been able to catch up to him. Marthaler's given him a run for the money. He's probably about 4 or 5 sled lengths behind, and I don't think he's gaining on him much, Ron, but he's sure pushing him hard, that's for sure. You bet.
One little slip up, these sleds are, these guys are on the edge all the time. Boy, one little slip up and you can be in a big time trouble. And here they come down the front straightaways. They'll pull it back in here right now. There comes Tucker Braith. Marthaler in second, that one there. And finishing third will be Dylan Herman on that 71 machine of his.
Back in the day, I think Marthaler, he learned everything from his father, Tom, that used to race out of the K&K Sports up there in Alex. And, man, they had a good team back in the day. So it was like father like son. What a nice team.
Okay, we got our B main now for the F500s. Okay, again, F500 B main. Calvin Cook will be out there on the number 75. Boy, look at this lineup. Jonas Gust. Oh, that's okay. That's just... Okay, and again, so Jonas Gus will be out there 71. So again, this will be just a point run for these guys. The 685 of Tanner Davey out of Badger comes in. Danny Skirka also in here. Boy, this is a pretty good lineup for B main, folks. Skirka again out of Andover. Dylan Herman coming back out again on that number 77 machine. Chad Bestial again also on a 55. Ty Hagen should be rolling up on his 137. Brody Wensloff again out of Roseau on the 003 machine. Cody Schulten out of Laverne, Minnesota on the 1. And Derek Meyer, again, your Michigan driver. That's a good lineup.
We got a good lineup for a B main here on this F500, of course. 1989 to 92 is the chassis they use, Ron. They use the stock 500 Polaris engine, so everybody's got about the same setup. And going back in the day here, Dennis Sturka, we used to race against him for years and years and years. He's always been real solid. His son runs this other 500 in the juniors and also does a nice job on that as well.
Yeah, most of these guys I've been seeing in the finals. Not many times I've seen hardly any of these guys in the B main here right now. That shows you the lineup we got here today. So great lineup again for our F500s. Thank Country Cat. Again, there they go. Calvin Cook got that hole shot. Boy, Calvin came out and heard, whoa, I'll tell you what. He threw that thing sideways right there and just jumped on the trigger again. Did a little sprint car work there for us there. That didn't look good, but again, didn't seem like it bothered him any. He's on that thing having a ball out here right now. Here they come. Calvin Cook looking good out here right now with the lead. I think was that the yeah, it looked like it could be Wensloff out there, and then there 685 was running up there also. Tanner Davey. Okay, then 003. Okay, as they come down again, looking good. Your leader up there again. Calvin Cook on that 75. 685 of Davey sitting back there now. Boy, they're battling for that number 3 spot. Things starting to tighten up again. Guys gouging down that bottom line. You gotta wonder how rooted up that track's getting down them bottom turns. What do you think?
I see where Denny Sturka's moved up into 3rd or 4th, and he's been running a solid race. You know, for one of the older guys, his son runs good now. He's moved into 3rd place and running a nice race out here today.
Yeah, nice job by Dan out there. They've been along for a long time, and again, like I said, he and Christine, they would support us for so many years here, and she did a lot of pictures and things like that for us. And now with Nolan in there, it's pretty cool. Oh, I'll tell you, Cook is just out front on a Sunday joyride right now, or on Saturday afternoon. As he continues to roll along here again. Coming off turn 4, boy, he's just run a great line today. He just right in the middle of that race. Checkered flag, Calvin Cook going to win the F500 B main there, and that's a no-doubter, folks. That was a pretty good spanking he just put on there. Good job out there. Skirka with a good finish in that one also. Now let's move on again. We'll get ready for another race here, race number 47, as we continue to charge along here and make sure we beat the sunset here tonight. That's the thing we're working on right now, folks. And in this one here, we got our 85 and older 400 singles. And, of course, you got John Werner. John Werner again out of Fargo. The 84 comes up. Sarah Sindler back out again on that 80X machine. Greg George, always tough again on the Yamaha on that number 1. Then you got Trevor Betterman coming out on the familiar number 98. DJ Brace been up front a couple times today in that number 2 machine. The veteran Pierre Jensen on the 86, another veteran out there. Boy, I'll tell you. Okay, Trace Buckmaster again also on the number 3 joins up in there, as does Miranda Peterson on her 43. So there we are. You can see him popping into staging. There's Schindler coming on the outside of the 1 of George. And there comes the 3 out there, Trace Buckmaster on the outside of another Yamaha. So there we are. The field is set. Race fans, get ready. Here they go. And I'll tell you what, Trevor Betterman, that old 98, jumped out there and took the early lead, but boy, all of a sudden, he's going to have a whole pile of people in his back pocket. Okay, down the back straightaway, you can see. Oh, so, okay, let's. Oh. Okay, must be a jump or something there, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like they came up with a red flag there, Ron. I'm not sure who jumped the trigger there, but once in a while it does happen. It was funny, I'm looking out here, watching the guys go here, and we go back to the days of Pierre Jensen. He built this little sled for his daughter to race, and when she's not racing, he decides he's going to get on it and run it a little bit. So I don't know, if we'll see how he does out there. He's been a veteran driver, and he loves to race, so he's back doing it, and just about any kind of sled he can get on.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, fun to see Pierre. Just like I said, it looks like he's enjoying this thing like a kid, I'll tell you. Okay, let's try it again one more time. There we go. Got a jump, and away we go. That 3 got a jump on the outside, but I see he did stop, so apparently I think they'll let this one go. Hopefully, anyway, I'm sure right now, our flagman, Denny, right now is saying we better get racing there. There we got a sled rolled over there at turn 2, folks. So we got somebody up. Is there a racer up? There he's up. Okay. Our racer's up, but we're probably going to have to make sure he's off the track, make sure he's all right there. So let's wait and see if they shut him down here. Yep, there we go. That can happen so quick, can't it, this time of day?
I'll tell you what, we sure got a good group of volunteers here. We got wonderful corner workers, folks. Every one of our corners has a flag man, so when they see something on the track that doesn't look right, they have the ability to pull one of the flags. They use different colored flags to either stop the race or to say there's a caution. The red flag that comes out is a stopped race. The yellow one is a caution, which means continue to race, and of course the green one is a live race. They continue on. So good group of corner workers here today, and the staff here. With the Central Minnesota Pond Racers are just better than best.
Well, that's for sure. We've seen them work this track here. They got that thing ready this week, them and those guys, and the guys in the lawn service doing such a super job here. Okay, well, we'll wait and see. It looks like they're going to load that Yamaha up over there and get out. I couldn't tell who for sure.
Just a little side note on that Pierre Jensen sled. We got his brother Rudy. Actually, he's our head pit guy that he drives around with the four-wheeler picking up all the dead sleds that are breaking down here for the day. So really becomes a family affair for everyone out here.
Yeah, he's got another one loaded up here right now. Okay, well, let's see if they're going to be off there. There's Rudy out there right now, yep. Let's see, they're making sure he's off the track. If he's off the track, they'll probably reset him and go here. I can't tell from here, but I think they're just going to make sure he's clear, got him all the way there. And again, race fans, this is race number 47 coming up here, right here. We got a couple more. We will have to do one or two more plow breaks before that. Of course, we got that F500 final. We'll do a plow break just before that, and the Modstock 440, I think, also. Okay, away they go. Good jump off here that time. Greg George got a real nice start this time with his one machine. Got a clean cut that time. Looks like no flags waving yet, so that's good. They're going to keep green here. Getting that time of the day now, that sun's going to start coming down on that back straightaway. You got to kind of watch for the glare off them helmets. Could be tough to see.
Yeah, they get some shadows too. It gets kind of shadowy over there when you're driving. Not to mention the snow dust that pops up off the track into the goggles. So you got a couple things they got to think about here as you're going around and around. But good group of racers in this single race. They come over. They used to be from Long Lake, which was over there on the east side of the Twin Cities, the Isanti area, and they raced these over there for many years, Ron. And then that little club kind of came apart a little bit, and they asked if they could come over here and race with this group, and they welcome them with open arms, and they've been doing some great racing ever since.
You bet. Sarah Sindler right now is doing a lot of really good racing because Sarah has caught up to the backside of Greg George in that battle for the lead. There she comes down the straightaway. And Sarah's carrying some pretty good speed out there right now. Sitting in third out there is John Warner, again on the 84. Looking pretty good here right now. The battle for the lead going to heat up. Here comes the checkered flag out, going to wave, and it's going to be George. So we lost Sarah on that one. I must have missed her off the turn. There they come by again. Okay, well, there we go. And that'll take care of our 85 and older singles.
Old Pierre ended up in second place there this afternoon. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Pierre just got a chance to get some time out there and have a little fun here. Claire, she'll be busy socializing in the pit. She's such a social young girl. Just nicest young people you'll ever meet, and fun to see. Well, we're going to go to race number 48 right now, folks. Out of 55. We're getting down the line here pretty quick here, I guess. And I believe this will be our junior 1 380 sprints. And again, A.J. Rickert comes back out again on that 76 familiar machine. Ben Meyer, again out of Michigan on the 11, along with Derek Meyer also on his familiar number 10 machine. Tucker Broughton comes out on the 05 again, out of Butterfield. Brady Barton comes out on the number 24, along with Claire Jensen. Now Claire gets to finally get on the machine and race a little bit. Dad, give it back to me. Give me the keys. I'm taking over here right now. So Claire's going to hop on there, and then number 86, Carson Peterson, will jump out on that bright blue number 43. I love that blue color in that thing. That's a pretty one. And Marley Peterson also comes out on her bright yellow 43. Okay, race number 48 coming up here right now. And again, we'll get the field set. The 48A, we got that one too first before the... Yeah, we got two more races. Okay, they're going to get them ready again one more time. Here we go. Junior 1 380 sprint. They jump off. Got the jump on that one there, right there. Can't tell for that. Might have been Tucker Broughton. I couldn't tell for a minute. Looked like it might have been the 05. Let's wait till they get up here again. Yeah, here come the young kids out here again right now down that front straightaway. Oh, that's got to be A.J. Rickard out there, I think, in the lead there. Rickard sitting in the lead, but not a very big one as A.J.'s got to come in. Another red flag. Okay. And let's make sure everybody's okay. Yeah, there you go. Tucker Broughton down there in the 05, is it, or what? Okay. He looks a little tender out there right now, kind of. I went for a pretty good little crash out there. One of the track officials going to check on him, make sure he's okay. And the guys are going to see if they can fire it up and drive it off for him.
Yeah, one interesting note on this group here. This is the junior 380 sprints. It's 16 and younger, Ron. So these young kids, the young guns, really come on and put on a good show. And man, they race hard, they drive hard, and they're not afraid to back down when they get into the corners at all. So they're just looking at one of these sleds here. They're having just a quick little look. They might be able to get it back. They're not sure. And I don't think we got a lap scored, so we're going to bring them back around and start them all back up again.
Yeah, it should be a straight-up start there. Okay, officials taking a look, and yeah, I don't like the looks of that. Looks like Tucker's going to get a ride. Looks like they're going to haul him off in the dead sled machine there out there. Yeah, that's the other tough break for him. And okay, great job again by the guys out there getting everything done. Jens got everything hooked up, loaded up, and away we go. Okay, well, that means we'll bring the rest of the field up here and hopefully have another safe finish. That's the other thing you worry about when the later in the day it gets to, visibility for the glare of the sun and everything. We just want to make sure we stay safe for these guys too.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is too, And as the day goes on, we start to lose our sunlight, and we do get some shadows out from the trailers onto the track itself. And so, I think they're going to be just fine here. I think we'll be able to squeak the rest of this in.
Yeah, it looks like we're aiming the right way with this racetrack anyway. They got a little spot, maybe 3 and 4. Okay, get reset again one more time. Okay, let's see what happens. They had a dead even start last time. The 11 on the outside. Good jump that time by Ben Meyer. Ben right up there again. Going to try to put some pressure on this time because last time I think A.J. Rickard got a great start and kind of snuck off in the field. But I think Meyer might be your leader in this one here. Young Ben Meyer out there. And boy, these kids, they get to know each other a little bit now and they haven't had a chance to race each other here. So this is fun for these kids here. Ben the 11. There's Rickard running second. Third place, the blue one machine. That should be Carson Peterson. And Ben Meyer doing a nice job right now. Boy, Ben Meyer got out front that time and leaving no doubt. Those are clean little sleds they got. Boy, that's the job they do on their graphics and putting these machines together.
Those Meyer sleds really look nice. They travel all the way over from the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Nobody was racing over on that side of the country here this weekend, so they came over and joined us today. And these two they're brothers, and man, do they put on an absolute show for everybody here this afternoon.
Yeah, great young talent. Boy, I wish they were closer. It'd be fun to see them more. I realize the mileage, if you got racing in here, you're going to stay there, and that's the way it's got to be with this price of fuel nowadays. You're starting to pay that $3.50 a gallon fuel. Boy, that's tough on these guys. We were spoiled for a few years there. We had that 2 1/4, But again, here they come right now, looking good. Meyer in the lead, and now Rickard going the outside, trying something different here. Let's see if he's got enough steam up there. A.J. Rickard going to the top. Man, don't look now, but here comes Rickard. All of a sudden, he found some speed. Yeah. And here they go off of 3 and 4, side by side, coming to the flag. Rickard on the outside, Meyer down on the bottom, and they're going to come, and it's going to be Rickard's going to pull it off. Whoa, where in the world did A.J. Rickard come out of there? Boy.
He started in the back, and he just kept fighting his way through those 5 laps, and before he knew it, worked his way to the front. Didn't actually take the lead until just the last 100 feet, and that was on the last 10 feet. Sorry about that. What an unbelievable race.
I tell you, he pulled off the Houdini on that one, I'll tell you. And let's see, 48.8, we run that before plow break, Bobby. We got one more. Yep. Okay, we got 2 more races before the plow break, and then we're going to sneak in a quick cleanup and then get up to Pro Light Final, I think, coming up, isn't it? Yeah, Pro Light Final after that. And then, of course, we still got, we got some great ones coming up. And then we got the F500 will be our final race of the day, folks. That should be a dandy. Right now, the final for the 440 Masters Superstock. And here comes Sheldon Carlson back out again. Honest Maker 15 out of Mechanock. Tim Ross, the 733, is going to join in. This should be a good battle. Steve Windingland out of Fargo in the 770. Kevin Monogoski out of Miller, North Dakota on the number 91. Randy Logelin again on that Familiar 56. The veteran Dave Riegert's really good on the 156. Dale Stensrud on the 222. Like you said, 70-plus-year-old Jimmy Lennox on that 50 machine out there. Randy Newman on the Lightning Bolt Rupp out there. And then John Paget on the Polaris again, the 2 out of Brainerd. So a lot of guys. And there's about 300 years experience out there right now.
I'll tell you what, this is 50 and older, but my gosh, they're 50, 60, and 70. What a race here for these guys. Here they go. They're off and running.
Yeah, Carlson got a little bit of a hole shot, but I don't think he stayed there this time as he fell back to about 4th in 1 and 2. Now they come down the back straightaway. Sheldon had a good start. Now as they roll it down that chute, keep an eye again. Like I said earlier, Riegert in that 156 was pretty good, but let's see how it plays out here right now. They come off turn 4, come to the flag, and boy, I'll tell you what. Oh, another red flag. Yeah, Tim Ross was your leader, and we're going to have another caution. Make sure red flag.
We got a driver down to number 4. We got to see who that is.
Yeah. And that looks like that might be the 15 of Sheldon Carlson. Yeah, that's Sheldon. He's down on his knees here right now.
He's been running strong all afternoon here, for these older guys. That's the problem when you tip off these things at our age. Tomorrow it's a little tougher getting up, and we don't quite heal quite as fast as we used to. So a good tumble like that, he's going to know all about it here later tonight or into tomorrow morning. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I agree with you there 100%, boy. Okay, Sheldon, we're checking the machine out again. Now let's see what's going on here. Well, I'll tell you what.
They always, anytime there's he went through the hay bales on this one here, and usually what they do, they'll come in here and I see his mechanics kneel down there and he check the skis, check the steering. They're looking over the steering right now, and they grab the handlebars to make sure everything's kind of copacetic, if you will. And if they feel comfortable with it, he's going to climb right back on that thing and let her go. We'll see. Looks like he's putting his goggles back on. He's never say never. I can tell you, folks, these older guys, they'll take a tumble like that, and we'll see how he's doing here later tonight or tomorrow. But I'm telling you what, he's starting it up. They tapped him on the back. He drove through the hay bales, and he's returning back to the track. This is amazing. Well, I tell you what, he acts like he's 16 again. We'll see how this works out.
It's at 93 tomorrow morning, so it's going to hurt him. Okay, here we go. Again, how about Sheldon? We'll have to give him a hard time right after the race if we see him again a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay, he's shaking the cobwebs off right now. He says, man, but he's been doing this for so many years. I'm sure he's been through this.
Yeah, good thing here, at the end of the evening here, they'll have an awards banquet this evening right downtown. Beautiful Gray Eagle up here at the Double R with Bobby Ponch and his family. And they always host a really, really nice afternoon and evening for the racers. And guys get to go up there and they can talk about how good they were here today. And we're going to find out, 15, how sore he is. He's going to start way in the back here today. But running strong, Ron, he might make a run at getting back to the front here, this 3-lap race.
Oh, that's for sure. Don't call him out. We know that, right? You are so right there. Okay, here we go. We're sitting stage, locked in again. Okay, a little bit of a bad start, but he did drop back again. Good job. I think they're going to let him fly on this one here. He did stop once he realized he jumped, and he fell back to the back of the pack and went back in again. But right now down the back straightaway, we'll see how this thing plays out again.
Oh, Sheldon's pulled right up to third. Now he's actually pushing for second. Started in the back, went through them hay bales, cleaned out a little bit of hay, and I'm telling you what, he's going to play for the front here real soon. Looks like he moved into second place at this time. It's Tim Ross is leading it, by the way.
You bet, looking good out there. I tell you, maybe Sheldon did him good. Eat a little straw out there, get a little chew on him there, and get some fiber in him. And he's looking good right now as they come down there. But again, charging up. But boy, Tim Ross is really solid out there right now. Tim coming off turn 4, locks in nice and smooth. Carlson going to try to reel him in. Here comes Carlson charging up. I tell you what, Sheldon's got that thing moving up. Tim's got the lead. We'll see if he can get up there and run him down right now. White flag just did wave there, so he's running out a half a lap. I don't think he's going to have enough time to get there.
No, I don't think he's going to catch him here. But I tell you what, from starting way in the back and moving himself all the way forward in 3 laps, he definitely put on a nice race here this afternoon.
Okay, there we go. Comes in. Tim Ross, your winner. Sheldon Carlson finishing second. Good job out there. And Lennox in third.
Jimmy Lennox pulls off a third. I just talked to him a few minutes ago in the pit, and he told me he was 72. I said, you're amazing. Great to have you out here, Jim. What a run from starting in the back of the pack and ended up in third. Good, nice run today, Jim.
Okay, well, he's doing too good to retire again. We're going to make him stay a little bit longer. Okay, let's get ready here right now, though, race fans, and get ready for our 0 to 300 Supermod. And I think we got a quick plow break. We're going to try to speed these last couple plow breaks up, folks, so that we can make sure we get this thing in before dark here. So, okay, Trenton Bell should be coming. This is 0 300 Supermod. And again, they'll come up there. Trenton Bell will be coming out on the number 23, I believe, or is it 29? Yeah. Can't read the number out there right now. Okay, Cole Atkinson on the number 19. Kurt Peterson, the 52X, should be coming out there again, the Yamaha. Sheldon Carlson is scheduled to come right back out again on his 15. Boy, what a workout for him. Harrison LeFavor again out of Hibbing. Yeah, Tim Ross back out again also on the 730. John Padgett comes out the 2, and then Waylon Winters the 23W. So that should be the field set for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's 3 of these racers coming out in this race that just came off the race prior to this. And from a guy that used to do this, to go that hard for 3 laps, try to catch your breath and go another hard 3 laps, boy, I tell you what, the adrenaline's really going at this point. Good to see this. We saw the snow jet earlier here this afternoon. It actually crashed earlier in the day. They repaired the handlebars on it. We got him back out here for one of the last races here this afternoon. Good to see that snow jet back out there.
You bet. Tim Ross out there on the 733. I don't know if Carlson come back on again. Well, we're going green, looks like. There we go. Clean start out there, and away they go. Looked like Waylon Winters might have got the jump on the inside. We'll wait and see as they come around again. and take a peek at that first lap here again. This is, again, our 0 to 300 Supermod final here coming up here for these guys. Kurt Peterson way out there right now. Yeah, and there they come. Peterson looking good in that lead. Trenton Bell looks like he's running second right now. Good job by Trenton Bell out there also. But boy, Kurt Peterson right now is leaving no doubt in this one here. He comes off turn 4. He will get the white flag in this 3-lapper. There he is. Bringing in there, running in third. Just maybe not quite the gear ratio I think he'd like in that thing. Kind of sounded like it was kind of working pretty hard. But we'll wait and see here again as they come down there one more time. Off turn 4, checkered flag going to wave. And yep, you're right. There come the 52 out there. That should have been Kurt Peterson with a big win. Second place again, I think, went to Trenton Bell. And that snow jet out there at 7:33, Tim Ross. Yeah, that old Thunderjet looking good, wasn't it? There it is. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, here's where we're at right now. We don't have many races to go, but we were told they're going to do a very, very quick cleanup here. We're going to try and make this like a 10-minute break. So we're not going to take long here, and then we're going to come back with our Pro Light Championship final coming up here again. So our Pro Light final coming up here, it'll be a 10-lapper. Then we got the ladies Powder Puff, the Superstock 440 Liquid Cooled final, the 85 and older single final. Then we might do just a little bit of a quick cleanup before we go to our Mod Stock 440. And then, of course, our final race of the day will be the F500 final. So we're down to about our last 7 races. So we're going to try to buzz this thing along and see if we can wrap this thing up by 6 or a little after. So we're going to make a quick break here for you folks on TV land. Be back here in about maybe 10 minutes or less if we can.
This live broadcast of CMPR Ice Oval Racing is brought to you by Bright Stitch Monogramming, Rickert Excavating, Scott's Auto Body, T&K Transport, and Vintage Snowmobile Magazine.
Northern Crankshaft NC Sales is a proud sponsor of CMPR. Your local power sports one-stop shop, servicing snowmobiles, ATVs, UTVs and motorcycles. Offers a full line of parts with a huge variety of engine parts on hand for all makes and models. They also have a full line of enclosed and open trailers. Northern Crankshaft NC Sales, proudly serving you for over 40 years.
It's the Sauk Centre Snowfest Racing Festival presented by MBC Drainage. Saturday, January 28th, featuring CMPR snowmobile racing action. See the area's fastest racers and sleds take to the track on Sauk Lake at the Sinclair Lewis Park Boat Landing. Hot laps beginning at 8 a.m. The racing starts at 11. It'll be a day of family fun with food, a warming tent, hot beverages, cold beer, and admission is free. Don't miss the racing action Saturday, January 28th on Sauk Lake. Find out more. Go to SaukCentreChamber.com.
For a taste of greatness, try Papa's Seasonings at your next cookout. Anyone can cook a great steak with Papa's Steak Seasoning. This versatile, very low-sodium seasoning is excellent on a variety of meats. For the best ever ribs, use Papa's Rib Rub, also great on ham and chicken. For the barbecue lover, our delicious Papa's Barbecue Sauce is perfect for grilling. Also try Papa's Bloody Mary Mix. Our line of Papa's Seasonings and Barbecue Sauce are the best out there. Get yours today. Available at Lake Country Meats Alexandria. SureStay Hotel by Best Western in Spicer, Minnesota is located across the street from the sandy beaches of Green Lake. Our friendly staff will ensure you feel welcome and comfortable during your visit. Our clean, cozy rooms provide an excellent environment for resting up between activities. Enjoy our heated indoor swimming pool and spa. A complimentary continental breakfast is offered daily. To book a room, call 320-796-2300 or visit bestwestern.com.
AuctionBlock.com. First with online equipment auctions in 1999. First in worldwide registered users. Sell with a leader. AuctionBlock.com. Call AuctionBlock today. 218-483-7880.
The experienced team of MBC Drainage LLC is here to do everything in their power to help you rectify any drainage or excavating problems you may be experiencing. With over 90 years of combined experience, we offer complete farm tile drainage services and a number of helpful excavating possibilities for your convenience. Just contact our team when you need help. We will be happy to sit down with you and provide a free consultation. Call today for more information or visit us online.
Hey, I'm PJ Wondershide. Welcome to the wonderful world of Country Cat.
With a 4-time world champ at the helm, fast, reliable, online ordering is exactly what Country Cat provides. From FXR, 509, Climb, to Arctic Cat, all the best clothing and accessories on the planet. ATVs, UTVs, E-Z-GO golf carts are backed by one of the world's largest Arctic Cat dealers. For fast and free shipping on most orders over $39, log on to countrycat.com. That's countrycat.com.
Okay, race fans, good to have you back in here right now. It sounds like they're going to run the plows in here in just about a minute here. Getting ready for race number 50 coming up here right now. And I guess this is our Pro Light final coming up again. And, of course, I want to thank again, same thing here, auctionblock.com, and again, along with Wall Brothers Racing and everybody that's put this on, along with the Race on Trace here, that have helped put this series together here for these guys. And this is another nice series. We'll finish next Saturday at Detroit Lakes, 1,200 to the winner of this series, 800 for second, 500 for third. Great series. But right now we've got a 10-lap final coming up here. And we'll get the field out on the track here as soon as they pull these plows in here in a minute. And I think they're calling them in right now. So Hunter Johnson will be coming out again on the number 59 machine. Hunter again rolls in here again out of Drayton, North Dakota. Again, young guy's really got some great talent. Only 14 years old. And, of course, he's won about everything there is out there. Again, he was their Junior 2 world champion back in last year. A nice win for that young guy there. Then a guy that had a big win last weekend as he won the 56th annual Strathcona Cup, Colton Graber out of Clear Lake, Minnesota comes out again. And, of course, he was your 2022 Auction Block Series champ. He won this series last year. So again, come. And then, of course, you got Connor Heinz coming up again. He comes out here again. He's out of Zimmerman. He'll be in that Northway Sports Machine. Connor's always a threat to win. He's really good, solid right in the thick of it. And then Calvin Cook. You've seen him today up front many times on that 75 out of Dayton, Minnesota. Jordan Sebeski, a guy that we didn't know a lot about till last weekend. Boy, all of a sudden, Sebeski's come in here, again from Beausejour, Manitoba. And like I said, he's really been a strong runner. Good to see him. He'll be in the number 5 slot. And then, of course, a guy that's been very fast that you've been watching all season long has been Hunter Sears again, out of St. Francis, Minnesota. Sears today, too, has been right in the thick of this thing. He could be the guy that could win this thing here tonight also. And then Sean Shively, the 70X machine also rolled in today. Fun to see him for the first time. Then you got Brennan Sather. Sather comes out here again, out of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Sather, again, another good runner, sponsored by auctionblock.com. Again, jumps in there. And then one of our young ladies, she's 21 years old. It's Madison Phillips. Been in out here, and she's been very good with us for the last several years. Madison comes out of Drayton, North Dakota. She'll be at that Polaris Wall Brothers Racing Jensen Plumbing machine of hers. And finally, another very talented young racer is going to be Ross Olson, the young gun out of Glendon, Minnesota, coming up here in that Wall Brothers Racing number 5. So that is your lineup. I see Tim has gone in off the track with that plow truck. I think right now, Danny, as soon as some other plow trucks pull around here, we'll chase them in, and then we'll get the field set for you. This will be a 10-lap final here for the Pro Lights. Now, again, in Pro Light, let's take a look here. F500, 440, 440. Okay, I'll just check and see if we had any extra money here. But, again, like I said, they're running for a nice person in this class here, again, already. So, should be interesting, Pappy. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good lineup of some really talented drivers, Ron. And usually to go 10 laps on these are still pretty difficult. I mean, even though they're an IFS sled, they're a little bit easier to drive than the Leaf Springs, but they're still 10 laps, and you're running it as hard as you possibly can. You do get a little bit tired about halfway through the race. Sometimes you're able to kind of sit back a little bit on the straightaways, kind of catch your breath before you got to set up for the corners. So we'll have should have a good race here. 10 laps is a long way to go, and it'll be interesting to see how these young guns turn out.
You bet. I agree with you on that fatigue part. People that haven't ever raced a snowmobile before, I tell you, I know when we ran, we didn't have IFS. We were just spring front ends. But boy, your arms it'll wear you out, especially with the speed these guys go.
Oh, it sure does. And they don't back off a minute. A little later in the race, they'll sit back up a little higher in the sled, kind of catch their breath. But the minute they set up for the corner, they're down deep into the side of the snowmobile. They'll have their left knee on the ice and holding as much weight as they can on the left side of that sled, and try to keep it as tight as they possibly can to the corners.
You bet. And like I said, the G-forces are pretty amazing, too, at the speed they're going. Okay, corner workers are ready. We're ready. Want to thank again the great folks out there again from Cool TV for coming out and doing this again. I think they're coming to Detroit Lakes next weekend for one more round of it. And then we'll wrap up our season at Glenwood for the Teen Cup coming back the first weekend in March. Again, here come the Pro Lights down on the field. Like I said, folks, these babies will get up and rock and roll for you. Like I said, there'll be no problem getting up to 80 to 90 to 95 to 100 miles an hour. If they got the right surface, they just flat out fly. And again, as we said, we got young guys like Hunter Johnson, 14 years old. And again, pretty much everybody out here are right in their prime. There's not, it's a young group with a lot of course, at this age, folks, they have no fear. They've got all 9 lives left. So let's see what happens. Here they come again. They're ready. Green flag. Here we go. Boy, and the explosion into turn 1 again. Look at this. Down off of turn 2, and there's not much separation as they blast down the back straightaway. The freight train locks it up into turn number 3. Here they come off turn 4. It looks like Sears might be your leader. Let's take a peek. Sears, I think, yep. Boy, and Hunter Sears is dialed in tonight right now on that 15. We'll see what's running behind him again. We just caught him on the first time by. That's 1 down, 9 to go. And they are cooking. It's not taking them long. Here comes Hunter Sears again. Down that front straightaway. Okay. Okay, 2 down. Sam Shively out there again in that 70 run the second. Boy, Sam's been good here too. Another race. That's the first time I've ever seen Sam race. And I'll tell you, I have been impressed. Now you can see them first 4 come down. We'll complete on officially, I think, lap number 3 right here. Sears. A new move into second place now. Again, down that back straightaway, they loaded up into turn number 3. Race leader coming up here again. Boy, I'll tell you, Hunter Sears. 4 down as he come by this time by. He's looking good. Can't tell. That's Connor Heinz that's moved up into second place on that 8:33. 70 still around second out there. Okay, Sean Shively again still sitting in that number 2 spot. Halfway home this time by, I believe, 5. Moving up in the 4th, the 27. Brennan Saylor has moved up in the 4th on that machine of his. Saylor making a good push up there again. Like I said, this is also important. These are qualifiers for the big one, the overall points in this thing. Coming in. They come again, 6 down as they went by that time by. And again, like I said, these are long races. Like Pappy said, 10 laps. Sabetsky second now. Okay. There he comes by 7 in, I think, this time by, if I'm official right. And so far, Hunter Sears trying to stretch that lead, and he'll be the favorite going into Detroit Lakes right now. But you still got to finish. You still got to win. He's not quite done yet. 8 down, I believe. Oh, it's 9 there this time. Battle for second heating up again. Saylor's now back to 4th. They're sitting 4th in there.
That fight for second and third place, they've been just going back and forth and back and forth. Every lap, they seem to be switching. The race here to watch is the second, third, although Sears has really put on an absolute lead out there. But, man, second and third are really going after each other.
Yeah, great finish that day. I couldn't see the numbers of the couple, so I missed them a little bit. I know for a while it was, again, Shively in that 70X up there running very good. Great job by Shively out there.
I'll tell you what, that was a good race, and Sears was strong. He was strong all afternoon, and my gosh, he won there by a half a straightaway length. A good, wonderful team and a good race sled there this afternoon.
You bet, and a great finish by Jordan Sabetsky out there, too. What a finish by him. Boy, I'll tell you, came up and locked in and stole that spot. Okay, let's move on to race number 51, folks. We got a few more to go here, not too many. But let's get ready for the women's F500 final. And boy, ladies, I tell you what, we have got a Hall of Fame lineup here. Jaslyn Rathke's going to blast off on that familiar number 30 machine. Keep an eye on her. She's already got a win earlier. Jasmine Braith is really good. She's going to come out on a 57. Jennifer George had a bunch of wins earlier this season. She'll come out on the 11 out there again. Jennifer, again, had some good wins. I think she had a couple wins earlier. I don't see them on my spot here, but I know she had 2 wins. And then, of course, you got the women's world champion, Kendra Westland, coming out of the 113. Jumping up, Claire Jensen's a young, talented racer on that 86 in there. The 434, Miranda Peterson. Marley Peterson on the 44. Young Cassidy Becker is going to jump in here. She's still getting her feet wet on that 113 of hers. And, of course, Hannah Cook on the 75 right on the outside. So, again, here we go. Women's final. I believe it's a 5-lapper. So they get ready. They get set. There they go. I'll tell you, the ladies getting after it pretty good there right now. Boy, I'll tell you what. Nobody taking any prisoners in this one down that back straightaway as they loaded up in a hurry. Like I said, we get such a strong field of young women out here right now. They are just dynamite out there. And there it is. Your leader's going to be Jaslyn Rathke. And I believe that looks like it might be Westland running second. Rathke and Westland had some pretty good battles in this series right now. And earlier today in the other machines.
Boy, these gals really get after it here today, Ron. It's unbelievable how fast and hard they're driving each sled. And Westland, who's always a strong runner, is pushing what she can to get up into first. But, man, I'm telling you, she's got some ground to catch up here this afternoon.
Well, Jaslyn Rathke's amazing. We've been watching her, like I said, the last couple of races, and she has really been after everybody. And we got a red flag. Okay, hold on here. You see what's going on? Okay, just a sled up on the bank up there. Okay. Must have felt it was in a bad position, or otherwise they'd have probably just went yellow and finished it.
I think what happened on that run here, anytime a sled either comes to a stop or is in the corner situation, they'll have to stop the race to remove that sled from the racing surface in order to make a safe environment for the remainder of the riders. So, at times it doesn't look to be such a problem, but it really is out there as the racing continues on.
Yeah, you're so right, especially this time of day now. Visibility can be a little bit of an issue down the line here. So, again, we'll get them reset here for you. Okay, get the girls pulled in again. That looks like it's, I believe that's Hannah Cook out there in the 75, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's a 757. No, that is Hannah. Yep, that's 750. That's her number, what she normally runs.
Number 30.
Okay, they're going to pull them up here again. Rathke going to be up first.
Number 30. 113.
Okay, then it'll be Westland.
Tell them we gotta go. They gotta move. Number 30. 113.
Yeah, so folks, what you're going to see here coming up here now is anytime there's a stop in the race in the middle of the racing surface like this, they're going to set them up in an order called a staggered start, and they'll give them about a half a sled length between each sled, and our Denny, our flagman, is just setting them up there real nice. Depending how they were running at the time that the race stopped is how they're going to set the start here for the remainder of the race. So they're just lining them up. Once he gets them where he needs them in place in that order of where they were running in the race, then they'll start them up and go again. So I think that was on about lap 3 when that happened.
Okay, field's about set. We just lost the one machine, Hannah Cook. Okay, here we go. There we come. There, coming up to 113. The last one there, that would be Cassidy Becker. Oh boy, a bad start that time for Kendra Westland, the ladies world champion. Did not get off the start at all, and that opened the door. And I'll tell you what, I don't think you want to give Jaslyn Rathke that much of a jump start because she.
When they get going there, Ron, there's no holding back, and these young ladies are really flying here today.
Boy, Jazz was fun to watch. Look at her. You can't even see her on the sled. She lays so low, like you said, keeps her weight over there, and just really maintains the heat. Let's take a look back here. Oh, Miranda Peterson up there, 434, running second there. So Miranda running that number 2 spot.
Boy, she pulled right up into second there. Miranda Peterson is running south. Oh, here comes Kendra. Kendra's not going to let her sit there very long. Matter of fact, they're going into turns 1 and 2, and they are actually 2 and 3. We're going to see how they come out of this. Kendra's pulling down the outside of the track, running a pretty good race there, Ron.
Yeah, here she comes into the number 2 spot again. But like I said, Rathke takes the checkered flag. She gets the win. There it is. Okay. Okay, we're not done yet, everybody. We're going to try this one more time for the ladies. Staggered reset again, 1 lap.
I'll tell you what here, Ron, I kind of was thinking maybe that might have been the end of the race there when there was that one crash. They were coming out of 3 and 4, heading for the checkered line there, and of course a couple of the sleds came together. So they're gonna line them back up here, and they're gonna run 1 lap here to see who's gonna win this race here this afternoon. So it should be. I'm telling you what, these gals they put on a good show for everybody out here today.
It's been kind of fun watching. You can see Jaslyn kind of looking back. I noticed, again, Kendra not even looking toward her, no eye contact. Kind of what you call the ladies stare down, but not. That's how focused they are right now. You think they're in a little competition there. Okay, again, like I said, getting toward the end of our race day here. But we'll get, we might have to move, I don't know if we'll have to move up our F500 final. I don't think we will, but okay, let's get ready. Here we go one more time. Okay. Okay, Miranda's back out again. She's going to fall back in. Okay. Okay, race fans ready to get back out again. Here we go. Rathke gets off to a good start. This time that battle for second heating up again. Kendra Westland sitting in at number 2 spot down the back straightaway as they come down there right now. Checkered flag going to come out here right now, going in turn 3 again. Jaslyn Rathke looking good out there in that lead, coming off turn 4. And she's going to hang on, get the win. Kendra Westland second to 113. I believe that was George finishing third, if I'm not mistaken. But again, there we go. Okay, now, race number 52 coming up here right now. We got our Superstock 440 Liquid Cool coming up again. Pappy will get ready to go. Kyle Mogg back out again, boy.
Here comes Team Mogg.
Oh, man, he's been good. You knew a little bit about him.
Yes, sir. He's been tough all afternoon here. They've really put on a nice race here.
Yep, the 731 is Zach Hilton. And, of course, Tanner Davis, good, solid runner in that 685. The veteran John Paget, the 2. The veteran Ed Lurkey out there in the 99. Dave
Riegert's back in the 156. Again, been running that Polaris for many years, and he's done a great job.
And then Brandon Barber, who we called Richard earlier. But look at Brandon back in there again right now on his 72. Brandon, we apologize for that. If I remember right, Brandon used to race cars. He was really good at that, too. So he won a bunch of races when I worked down at KRA in Homer, where I still do. But okay, let's go. They dropped that grade. Here we go again. Boy, good start out there again. Riegert got a good push again. Let's see how this thing plays out. Barber's been really good all day. Like I said, sun kind of setting down over the horizon a little bit, but still nice and daylight, so they can see good yet. We've only got about 3 or 4 more races to go here, so we're getting down there. Yeah. And again, that Riegert in the lead in the second one. Okay. Brandon Barber again. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay. Okay. Kyle's right there again as usual. Keep an eye on him again. Barber's been very good out there. Boy, Brandon just comes up here. White flag coming out here for Barber, your race leader.
Mogg moved into second place here. Riegert's now third, but Mogg's got a push on him. He's got 1 lap to go, but around the white flag game out, Mogg's making a run down the backside here. Could have a good run going into 3 and 4. We're going to see here. And boy, they're strong sleds there here. But I don't know if you're going to quite catch Barber. He's running good. Yeah,
Barber's heading on there, boy. Look at Mogg. Here he comes, though. And I'll tell you what, 1 more lap, folks. We got us a dandy.
Nice job, guys.
Yeah, another good race out there. We've had a lot of close finishes today again. Well, that's been fun. And right now we got 53 coming up, 85 and older Superstock 0 to 400 singles coming up. These are the old timers again. Cole Atkinson should be coming out on the 19. John Warner out of Fargo on the 84. Greg George, who's been very good all day, comes back out on his familiar number 1 out there again out of Princeton. Tucker Braith comes out again on the number 40 out there. Always fun to watch him. And the veteran Pierre Jensen, like you said, back out getting more race again. Trace Buckmaster on the number 3. And Miranda Peterson scheduled to come out on her 430-43 machine. Okay, there it is again. They dropped the hammer. Good start out there for Tucker Braith in that 40. Tucker got the lead early on this one here, but I think George might have got by him that time as they come off turn 2. Greg George down the back straightaway in that 1's always tough. Braith right there also in the 40. Now they come into 3 and 4. Here they come. Here, well, we might have a switch for the lead out there. I think it was at one time George, but I think Braith might have retook it. No, George got it back again. Sitting in third is going to be John Warner. An update to you race fans, they are going to move up the F500 A main to race number 54. It will be moved up one, and the Modstock 440 will be last. For you fans here, out there, they're going to move that, again, that big F500 final up a race so we can try to make sure we get that in. And now the battle for lead heats up again. Well, I'll tell you what, George is hanging on, but Tucker Braith is all over him. Tucker's been up underneath him a couple times. There they come again. And these old machines here, you're all over the place on them things. About like riding a steer.
So it's old school sleds. These are 1972 and older, but I'm telling you what, they've done a really nice job of modifying them and setting them up, and away they go. But they really put on a nice race.
Yeah, they're not the easiest thing in the world to ride. I mean, I'll tell you what, they are all over checkered flag ways. There it is. And Greg George going to get the win. What do we got here now? Okay, we're going to do a quick... Okay, word we get. This is going to be a quick one. For you folks watching on Cool TV, I think they're going to do like a 5-minute quick touch-up on the lower half of that track, so it's going to be a quick plow break, and then we'll be back up. Next race up will be the F500 A-Main.
This live broadcast of CMPR Ice Oval Racing is brought to you by Bright Stitch Monogramming, Rickert Excavating, Scott's Auto Body, T&K Transport, and Vintage Snowmobile Magazine.
Northern Crankshaft NC Sales is a proud sponsor of CMPR. Your local power sports one-stop shop, servicing snowmobiles, ATVs, UTVs and motorcycles. Offers a full line of parts with a huge variety of engine parts on hand for all makes and models. They also have a full line of enclosed and open trailers. Northern Crankshaft NC Sales, proudly serving you for over 40 years.
It's the Sauk Centre Snowfest Racing Festival presented by MBC Drainage. Saturday, January 28th, featuring CMPR snowmobile racing action. See the area's fastest racers and sleds take to the track on Sauk Lake at the Sinclair Lewis Park Boat Landing. Hot laps beginning at 8 a.m. The racing starts at 11. It'll be a day of family fun with food, a warming tent, hot beverages, cold beer, and admission is free. Don't miss the racing action Saturday, January 28th on Sauk Lake. Find out more, go to SaukCentreChamber.com.
For a taste of greatness, try Papa's Seasonings at your next cookout. Anyone can cook a great steak with Papa's Steak Seasoning. This versatile, very low sodium seasoning is excellent on a variety of meats. For the best ever ribs, use Papa's Rib Rub, also great on ham and chicken. For the barbecue lover, our delicious Papa's Barbecue Sauce is perfect for grilling. Also try Papa's Bloody Mary Mix. Our line of Papa's Seasonings and barbecue sauce are the best out there. Get yours today. Available at Lake Country Meats Alexandria. Sure Stay Hotel by Best Western in Spicer, Minnesota is located across the street from the sandy beaches of Green Lake. Our friendly staff will ensure you feel welcome and comfortable during your visit. Our clean, cozy rooms provide an excellent environment for resting up between activities. Enjoy our heated indoor swimming pool and spa. A complimentary continental breakfast is offered daily. To book a room, call 320-796-2300 or visit bestwestern.com.
AuctionBlock.com. First with online equipment auctions in 1999. First in worldwide registered users. Sell with a leader. AuctionBlock.com. Call AuctionBlock today. 218-483-7880.
The experienced team of MBC Drainage LLC is here to do everything in their power to help you rectify any drainage or excavating problems you may be experiencing. With over 90 years of combined experience, we offer complete farm tile drainage services and a number of helpful excavating possibilities for your convenience. Just contact our team when you need help. We will be happy to sit down with you and provide a free consultation. Call today for more information or visit us online.
Hey, I'm PJ Wonderscheid. Welcome to the wonderful world of Country Cat.
With a 4-time world champ at the helm, fast, reliable, online ordering is exactly what Country Cat provides. From FXR, 509, Climb, to Arctic Cat, all the best clothing and accessories on the planet. ATVs, UTVs, E-Z-GO golf carts are backed by one of the world's largest Arctic Cat dealers. For fast and free shipping on most orders over $39, log on to countrycat.com. That's countrycat.com.
Pappy, looks like we're about ready to get going again.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a great afternoon over here on the race on the Trace Lake here in Grey Eagle, Minnesota. It's been an enjoyable afternoon, and they're just finishing up a couple little more turns here with the plow. We got 2 more races to go this evening. And just to follow up there for anybody following us here this evening, next week they'll be over in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, and on Saturday. And then the following Saturday they'll be down in Glenwood, Minnesota, right out in front of the ballroom there at Jill's Ballroom down there. And they also put on a great race. The CMPR, Central Minnesota Pond Racers Association, has really been really outgoing and putting on some great races over the last few years. And so we're looking forward to the last 2 races and end up our season. And just a special thanks goes out to my friend Ron Krogier. I've got to race in front of him for many years. I got to sit up in the booth with him. He's been a hero of mine, and I've enjoyed the whole day spending the time with him. So thank you, folks, and thanks everybody following us here on TV today. And I do appreciate Ron and his friendship. He's going to announce here the last. We're going to line up here for the F500, and it'll be 7 laps, and we got a lot of hot racers in this last race. Here you go, Ron.
Oh, thank you, Pappy. Appreciate all your hard work, boy. It's been nice. Yeah, like I said, we got the Country Cat F500 qualifier coming up here. Next, second feature of 3. And like you said, that race in Detroit Lakes next week, of course, be right down on Big Detroit Lake, right by the Holiday Inn in town. They're a pretty neat deal there. And the city of DL's always got something going on, it seems like. They've got ice castles going on and stuff out there, so it should be a while. But right now, Dylan Fox should be coming out in the Hart Roofing number 23. He'll be one of the main starters in this one here. And then, of course, the 215 of Dalton Broughton's going to jump up there again. Broughton out of Butterfield, Minnesota. Again, he's got 2 wins already this season. Justin Lundeen's been almost untouchable in the Pinkett Ford 124. The 9W, that'll be Jeff Watson again coming up here, and he'll be in that Northern Crankshaft number 9W out of Princeton. Tanner Foss, the 111, also joins in on the party. The 965 of Austin Graber out of Clear Lake, Minnesota, along with the 75 of Adam Gorno again. I think Adam's one of our Wisconsin guys coming over here again. Then the 113, the ladies world champion, Kendra Westland sitting on the outside out here again. Aaron Davey, the 213, and then Ross Olson also joining up out of Glenn, Minnesota. The Walnut number 5. Here we go. Here they go. Ross Olson gets the early lead for a minute, and boy, you can tell. I think it's a good thing we ran this race right now. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, they did the right thing by starting this race right now, because I think visibility is going to be a factor in just a few minutes. But right now, here they come down there right now, looking good. Olson's got the lead. And I believe that might have been Aaron Davey coming up on the outside of 230. Let's take a look as they come down the back straightaway one more time. Ross Olson coming up down there right now. Okay, here they come again. They're going to have a yellow-green. They're going to stand off the sides on the back straightaway. So we're going to keep the race moving here. Again, Olson hanging on. Well, Dylan Fox coming up again. And, man, how about Dylan Fox? I tell you what, I think I got a new hero in racing. This guy is really good as they come down the back straightaway into turn 3. But, again, young Ross Olson, this would be huge for him to pick up a win, especially going right to his backyards. And there goes Fox on the outside. Going to take it away. Fox again. Olson battling for that lead. And Dylan Fox has got that thing dialed in right now as he is flying down the back straightaway. Now can Ross Olson retake it? Remember, Olson's going right to his backyard. He only lives 30 miles from Detroit Lake, so that'll be a home race for him next weekend. He'd like to be right in the thick of the hunt in this one here. White flag coming out again as they come down here one more time. Hard charging race out there. Great job by the officials working so hard. Aaron Davies now moved the 213 up in that number 3 spot. Davey charges up here right now, but it looks like coming off turn 4. And there comes Dylan Fox. He's going to get the win and pick up the qualifying points. Ross in second. Good job out there, Ross Olson. And in third will be Aaron Davey, I believe, if I got that right. So, again, a good battle out there and a great job by these guys to sneak that one in. Okay, race number 54, and I believe this will be our final race of the day as we get set to go here, Pappy.
It's been a wonderful afternoon out here, like I said, as the sun is setting over here on Trace Lake, and we're just going to get the rest of these little race, our last race here for the afternoon in, and then after this evening, we're going to head downtown beautiful Gray Eagle to the Double R there with the Ponch family. Bobby Ponch is going to support, and we're going to have our awards banquet down there, so all the racers will load up their equipment and their trailers and head on down there for the rest of the evening.
Oh, that should be a lot of fun for everybody. Okay, Mossack 440. Trenton Bell will be out in the number 29. Kevin Bonowski out of Miller, North Dakota, in the number 91. Chad Seidel again on the 30, also jumping up. Kyle Mogg back out again on the familiar number 130. And John Warner on the 84. Here they come. Here we go. Mogg and the Cat gets outside. Started out a little bit slow, but moved right into the lead right now. And boy, Kyle is back up front again. Again, this will wrap up our day here today, our final race here of the afternoon. What a busy time as we're almost at 6 o'clock. We've been racing for 7 hours. We've had a lot of racing today, I'll tell you. Again, here they come down off the front straightaway. Mogg with the lead out there, looking good. Boy, again, Kyle's one of those guys that, and the thing about him, it seems like even if he doesn't get a good start, he just picks it up and just gets faster every lap.
Well, he's been able to start from the back and work his way to the front, and then now this one here, he's got out in front, and nobody's going to catch him. It's they just got a really nice Arctic Cat program there, and he's been hard to catch up here over pretty much most of the day.
So consistent to watch him ride. I mean, he's just a very, very good racer. Down the back straight, last lap. Company is coming a little bit, though. They're trying to close the gap on him. Mogg with that lead again. Maybe not the fastest sled, but again, made it count when he did early in the race. Got that lead held on. Here he comes, and boy, he's going to hang on. And it won't be by much, but Kyle Mogg is going to win your Modstock 440 Leaf Spring Final here today. And there we go. Well, I tell you what, everybody, on behalf of, again, Central Minnesota Pond Racing, of course, the Grey Eagle Bertram Lions Club, and everybody that helped sponsor this thing today, we can't help you enough. Pappy Pappenfuss, thanks for coming up here, you're doing your usual great job as usual, and giving us a lot of fun. We enjoy having you, and we'll catch up with you again.
Oh, it's sure been enjoyable here. What a wonderful afternoon here with the Mayer family and the operation they run, and just an enjoyable day here. Beautiful racing. The ice conditions were wonderful. Warm day, 35 degrees. Blue skies, light winds. You couldn't ask for anything better. So, again, folks, thanks for the afternoon. Thanks for tuning in and following us. And as always, God bless America.
You bet. Take care, everybody. Hey, again, for all you folks watching on Cool TV, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it here. And we'll see you at Detroit Lakes next Saturday afternoon, actually Saturday morning at 11 a.m. I think we're all done. Looks like the flagmen are coming in.